How does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
Vacation should be about relaxing, not wondering about what's happening back home.
With SCI Technologies, you don't have to. Your property is protected from every angle. Cameras watching, fire protection, the alerts are there before a small problem becomes a big one.
And if something does happen, you know instantly. A motion alert, a quick glance at your phone, and you're back to relaxing.
Because real security doesn't just protect your property, it protects your peace of mind. So go ahead, unplug, unwind, and enjoy the trip.
We've got the rest.
SCI Technologies, protecting what matters no matter where you are.
The NU in New Blue stands for Next Up. And with their Next Up mentality, they are staying hungry to go the extra mile just for you. Humbly learning through continuous training and a commitment to remain focused on working smart to deliver a new level of service excellence. Next Up means doing the small things right because your home deserves it. Whether it's plumbing, electrical, or HVAC issues, New Blue is next up and ready to help. Visit callnublue.com or call 252-228-5855. New Blue Service Group, redefining service excellence. Go Pirates!
Think downtown Greenville is hard to get to? Think again. The roads are open and downtown is ready for you. Come see us at Fish Street Hardware, where you can drive right in for great food, cold drinks, and entertainment all week long. Join us Tuesday for Singo Music Bingo, Wednesday trivia with $1.25 wings, every Thursday for live music or open mic, then kick off the weekend with live music Friday and Saturday, plus yappy hours and fun in the repair shop game room. The roads are open, the patio is waiting, and downtown Greenville is ready to welcome you at Fish Street Hardware.
CopyPro, the professional office systems people, have been serving Eastern North Carolina since 1971. From Greenville to Wilmington, businesses trust CopyPro for reliable technology, award-winning service, and top brands like Konica Minolta and Ricoh. Need multi-function printers, document management, or network solutions? CopyPro delivers powerful tools backed by certified technicians and a team dedicated to your success. CopyPro, professional people, professional systems, powerful results. Visit copypro.net or call 756-3175 today.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Bryce Williams here, former ECU tight end and proud customer of Stroud's Marine. Boating season is finally here, and there's no better place to get your boat ready for the water. From tune-ups to parts and accessories, the team at Stroud's Marine has you covered with expert service and hometown-friendly care. So whether you're casting a line or cruising the coast, stop by Stroud's Marine today and let's get you boating right. Follow Stroud's Marine on Facebook and Instagram or visit stroudsmarine.com to learn more. See you on the water. Go Pirates!
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Running a small business means every hire matters. A bad hire costs time and money, but the right one helps your business grow. The challenge is finding that person without sorting through resumes, and that's where LinkedIn Hiring Pro comes in. It screens candidates so you can focus on conversations with qualified talent. With Hiring Pro, you can hire with confidence and build the team you need. Join the 2.7 million small businesses using LinkedIn to hire. Get started by posting your job for free at linkedin.com/eyes, and terms and conditions apply. Carl from Die Hard just scored in Dallas, I believe. Erling Haaland says, I have a left foot. Ho, ho, ho. Unfortunately, listen, when I'm as I explained to you, I'm loving this World Cup. I'm not a soccer expert, football expert. But if Erling Haaland is on the field and somebody else has the ball, don't send 3 defenders to that somebody else, leaving Haaland by himself in front of your keeper, because he just tapped it with his left
literally
foot.
Just like
okay, great. And that came in like what, the 89th minute or something?
86. It was late.
Okay,
late in full time.
So
7
Ivory
minutes of
Coast
extra,
furiously trying to get the equalizer.
7 minutes of extra time,
and there's a bunch of extra time. LeBron has responded to the Lakers note from Jeannie Buss. Saying thank you to LeBron. He wrote, "No, thank you. Truly an honor to wear and he uses the heart symbols of purple and gold while trying to continue the greatness and legacies that came before me. Hope I made a few proud during my stint."
Good thing there's a comma there.
Okay. Where's the comma? Oh, listen. What is it that?
Well, if it was just no, thank you, it would have been like,
I know that.
He was mad. You know
right,
what I mean?
I know.
The comma was important.
Did a heavy lift from the comma right there. So, it's over.
Okay, all
After
good. He's
8
moving
years
on, yeah.
Now, where is he going to go? And the whole idea of maybe playing with Steph Curry before he retires.
Hey, Warriors, big favorite.
Well, we cut this out. What podcast is this on? Mind the Game. Oh, yeah, his pod with Steve Nash and Steph Curry, a guest and a subject matter.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's one of the best experiences. Like, it was everything. People ask me all the time, like, finally got an opportunity to play with Steph. Like, what was it? It's like everything and more. Like, it was perfect. First person I text.
Exactly. I was about to say that moment.
He's the first person I text when I was trying to assemble the team, whatever. It's first person I text. I said, bro, he said, good willing, injuries, I'm good injury-wise. That's the plan. I said, say no more.
Mm-hmm.
Say no more.
All right. So if he wants to just do professionally what they did Olympically, it's there.
Yeah, Ramona Shelburne just tweeting, LeBron James and or his reps will talk to a few teams once free agency opens in a couple hours. No rush to make a decision.
I think we've got a new decision. We'll talk about it on Wednesday's show, that's for sure.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087. 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087. Or simply visit TRA.com.
This is a Pirate Radio Sports Break. I'm Shirley Rhodes. The sports world is still reeling from the news yesterday that former East Carolina running back and former Tennessee Titan Chris Johnson had been diagnosed with ALS. He announced it on Good Morning America Monday morning with Michael Strahan.
Why do you want to share this now?
Because if sharing my story helps even one person get diagnosed sooner, inspires more research, or gives another family hope, then it's worth it.
Greg Hudson was East Carolina's defensive coordinator when Chris Johnson was a running back. And on Pirate Radio Live yesterday, he gave his reaction.
It was hard. Yeah, it shook me pretty good for a lot of bit, just to know where he was at his peak. And even when he was not able to continue to play in the NFL, his peak was much more mightier than most people. That was as tough a visual as I've ever seen. Constant reminder of just how fragile life is.
This has been a Pirate Radio Sports Break. I'm Shirley Rhodes.
Is your car making strange noises, or that check engine light still won't go away? At Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service in Greenville, we take the stress out of car care, from quick oil changes to full service repairs. And diesel truck service too. Our certified technicians deliver high quality work without the high dealership prices. No guesswork, no pressure. Just honest, dependable service to get you back on the road with confidence. Don't let a small issue turn into a costly repair. Stop by today or schedule your service now. Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service, keeping Greenville moving.
Did you know Greenville has its own semi-pro soccer team? Greenville United FC is bringing exciting, high-level soccer to Eastern North Carolina with local talent. Whether you're a lifelong soccer fan or just looking for a great night out, Greenville United has a seat waiting for you at John Paul II Stadium. For schedules, tickets, and more information, visit GreenvilleUTD.com. Greenville United FC. One region, one team, always united.
It's bow time. Sometimes the craving for Bojangles Supremes is so strong you just gotta have them, even when your gas tank is on empty and Bojangles is still 10 miles away. Nothing beats the flavor of Bojangles' juicy golden Supremes, especially when they're part of a perfect combo with 4 boldly seasoned chicken Supremes, a made-from-scratch biscuit, fixin', and some legendary iced tea. The only thing that can satisfy your hunger is that delicious southern flavor. So when the craving is supreme, order ahead on our app and put the pedal to the metal. It's bow time.
Looking for the perfect bottle of wine or something a little more unique? Discover Simply Divine Oil and Wine in Arlington Village. With a huge selection of hand-picked wines and gourmet olive oils, there's something for every taste. Not sure what to choose? Kimberly and her expert team are always ready to guide you, answer your questions, and help you find your new favorite. Join the fun with wine tastings twice a month or test your knowledge at trivia every Thursday. Follow Simply Divine Oil and Wine on Facebook and Instagram to stay in the know. Simply Divine Oil and Wine. Elevate your pour.
Looking for your new favorite hangout spot? Come on down to the Doghouse Tavern, Aiden's veteran-owned crown jewel on 2nd Street. From open mic Mondays to music bingo Thursdays, there's always something happening. Enjoy daily drink specials, one of the best bar menus around, and live music that'll keep you coming back for more. Grab your friends, kick back, and support local at the Doghouse Tavern. Check us out on Facebook to see what's on tap this week. The Doghouse Tavern, where good times and great vibes live.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed.
Josh Moylan joining us. Josh, you said you're in the midst of a road trip. Where are you at? Where are you at right now? Walker.
I am actually currently in sports in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So we're getting the full minor league experience in road trips here. But one of my buddies needed cleats, so we swung in here.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, exclusively on Pirate Radio, Pirate Radio TV on YouTube, and on the Pirate Radio app. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
This is the Pirate Nation, and we are pirates because all you have to do to get anybody excited here is go, Purple!
You guys are rocking. The city's awesome, and I love you guys.
Sumo Konbe hit, driven back, ECU standing tall.
The biggest thing about Pirate Nation is we kind of get it for as small a community as we are. We really get everybody involved.
Y'all are intimidating guys. I'm saying y'all are famous. Y'all are celebrity type guys, and that's intimidating.
We never lose a tailgate. That's the one thing. Undefeated.
Go Pirates! Yeah.
Live from the First Flight Credit Union Studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you in the First Flight Credit Union Studios and on your airwaves on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. You can find us on 1250, 930 online, PR 927 FM. PiratedRadio.com. You can find us on the Pirate Radio app powered by Carolina Caliber. And we are on YouTube. And we'll be hanging out with you for the next 3 hours, getting your thoughts on what's going on currently in the world of sports. Always a good time to talk Pirate football, if you'd like. We'll talk World Cup. We'll talk about anything you would like to going on, and what will be going on later this calendar year on our sports calendar. We have guests to get to on today's show. Going to continue to talk about Chris Johnson and the ALS diagnosis. Kevin Monroe will join us. K-Mo, we remember him as a football star at East Carolina, played a year for Keith LeClaire on the Pirate baseball team, and was also teammates with Steve Gleason, who, is a big, I don't know if advocate is the word, but he has ALS and has really raised awareness for it and done a lot for research and donations and things like that. So he has been, closely associated with people with ALS, and we'll talk about CJ2K and talk about some of his memories and stories. And we'll do the same with Sonny, Jay Sonhalter, former ECU tight end. Had a touchdown in Carter Finley Stadium that I'll never forget. And we'll talk about his days playing with Chris Johnson and talk some old Pirate football memories with Sonny coming up. And we'll continue to do that on Wednesday as well. Paul Troth was a coach here when Chris Johnson was here, and also one of his running mates in the backfield, Brandon Simmons. Big Brandon will join us on the show Wednesday as well. And we've got Shirley Rhodes here producing, and the big dog, Glenn Griffin, as we are internless and J-boneless. Appreciate Big Dog coming out of the lab and helping us out on this Tuesday. And to my left, the Mully man, Mike Mullis. How you doing, Mully?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Doing great. You look great with the World Cup right in your camera shot. I know you're a big-time soccer guy.
A huge soccer guy.
You walked in and looked at the TV and said, we're still kicking it around.
Still kicking it around.
And guess what? There's another couple weeks of it.
Yeah, what's this thing, like 40 days?
It's a long deal. It is. And hopefully it's long for USA as they enter knockout play Wednesday night. And we'll try to survive and advance in the round of 32. All right, Mully. We'll hit. We heard Trey Savage in the Open, and a great outing for him last night. We'll hit on some baseball, some golf, some other stuff, but we'll start with the news yesterday. Chris Johnson on Good Morning America with Michael Strahan and CJ's wife, and again, just really a shock to see him when we had heard Sunday night, I think, is the first I heard there might be a health issue. Had no idea what it was. Ellerby talked about it yesterday. We were in talks with CJ and Andre Allison about doing a podcast here during football season this time last year. And we talked to Andre throughout the football season, but CJ, kind of went ghost, and we didn't really know what was. We figured he had other stuff going on, and unfortunately, this was the other stuff. And it was tough to see.
Yeah, no, and it's ALS is that kind of sneaky bad guy, right? Like it's a lot of times thought of to be a disease that attacks and impacts older folks. But when you look at Coach LeClaire, 39 years old, obviously CJ 39 years old, Gleason right around that, Nelson Cooper.
Ellerby talked about his friend that was at State. I don't know how old.
Chris Combs, same thing. Yeah. So that's a group of people that you just would never quote unquote think. And I think the biggest thing I took away from watching CJ's interview is his fight. The fact that he is certainly not giving up, that he's not looking for anybody to send him flowers or anything right now. He's a competitive guy by nature, and he will continue to fight. But it's man, since we launched Beat ALS, I've just learned so much more about this. And quite honestly, it's so strange when I talk to people now, Clip. It's almost surprising the number of people that know somebody or have a story to tell that you just never heard before it became such a topic of conversation in my daily life.
Molly, this still stands out to me. Last time we talked about this, and almost the anger and frustration in your voice, and it's not at the doctors or scientists. It's just at the fact that ALS exists and we can't find a cure. But you were like, we gotta end this deal. Like, and getting mad's not going to help anything. But like the frustration's there because again, like if you ever ask why we do Mustache March and why Cliff is all over it and the baseball program and Pirate fans and everybody out there, this is why. When you see that image of Chris Johnson yesterday.
Well, and again, the tie to Coach LeClaire is obviously very near and dear to the baseball program. But if you would have just spent some time to see, and a lot of folks in this community did, now don't get me wrong, but just to see kind of what he went through and the fact that there's a large overwhelming feeling of helplessness because it is not researched at the level of some other diseases, and from an insurance industry standpoint, it's immediately assumed to be a fatal diagnosis. And there have been successes in maintenance of quality of life. There are a very, very limited number of reversals over the history of the research of ALS. But when you look at this thing, the other thing, Clip, is it impacts the families at such a high level, largely because it is called the bankruptcy disease. Insurance is kind of weird as to how it reacts. It happens typically so quickly, and these ALS patients really never get to tell their story, and that's part of the frustration. They never tell their story because it goes from diagnosis to in the house to ultimately typically terminal event. So it's we don't hear from them, and man, that's what we're trying to do. And it's been an effort, but it's certainly a labor of love. And look, I know you got. I don't want anybody to take away that we're trying to do anything other than shed the same light that CJ shed on this. This isn't a matter of, this is just a matter of we kind of live in it every day, and Chris Johnson came out and created an unbelievable platform on the largest stage in media to let the rest of us talk about it.
Well, and I want to hear what you do and what it all is, Mully. And you talked about it when you went to Raleigh, right, and gave away we presented a chair to a patient. So it's beat-als.gives.
Yep.
And then what can people do to?
Yeah, listen, you could go at the end of the day, man. The answer to every question in this fight is money. Yeah. I mean, it's so much is life, right? But the answer to how do we create better research? How do we create better medicines? How do we create better quality of life? How do we do what needs to be done for these families? Every single one of those is financial in some capacity. So give, go to our website, go to whichever ALS foundation, organization, make sure everybody's credible and give. And I mean, if somebody wants to reach out to me, again, we're beat-als.gives. Myself, Matt Stillwell, we're front and center there. My cell number, a lot of people know it anyway, 252-999-0001. Feel free to call me if you want to talk about it. If there's something we can do, if there's something we need to do to pay honor to somebody we've missed in this. And, but at the end of the day, man, we want to provide support, quality of life. Mobility is a huge stand for us because of our relationship with Permobil, who is the preeminent manufacturer of the chairs that you see Parkinson's, ALS patients, etc. using, and they've been awesome. And so we've been able to present one chair already. We've got another chair presentation August 29th. We actually have 3 more scheduled for the year. So those are the things that we can impact. Those are the differences we can make. But even, for example, one chair is $50,000.
Right. I mean, I was wondering that when you said we're presenting a chair. I was like, well, what exactly does that mean? And boom, there it is right there.
Yep.
That number.
Yep.
And this is pretty cool, Mully. I was reading about this. This is the August 29th.
The Hope Sessions.
So Raleigh, and it's going to, is it a music event as well?
Yeah. So Matt Stillwell, the founder, who actually was a player, played for Coach LeClaire, Western Carolina. He actually, most of you listening will remember the gentleman that sang the national anthem before the Western and East Carolina game in the LeClaire Classic, and did such an amazing job speaking to the audience, and then he had to ruin it at the very end when he said "Go Cats." But anyway, he's a very well-known, very gifted and talented singer-songwriter. So that particular event will involve himself and two other singer-songwriters that'll come in and kind of you remember the show Storytellers on VH1?
Oh, yeah.
They, kind of played in the round and they tell their story and they play a song. Very much that format. It'll be Mike Santos. A lot of folks remember Mike from the area. Mike is up in Raleigh and all over the place catering and chefing and actually playing music. But Mike will actually do the catering, and it'll be a great event. It's all right there on the website if you want to go buy tickets, buy a table, corporate sponsorship. All the money we're pushing downstream, and again, our kind of pillars of our particular service are not much different than anybody else. But we're going to provide obviously mobility solutions. We're going to push money to research, and then we're going to provide for quality of life for both the ALS patients and their families.
Mike Mullis joining us. Mully, want to hit on some happy Chris Johnson memories. We'll do that on our show as well with KMO and then Sonny later on. But you want to talk about a one-man show in 2007. I mean, just
incredible,
phenomenal season in his senior year, and had a good career, but really turned it on that last year, which led to the combine, which led to the draft, which led to an NFL career better than I thought it would be. You look at, is Chris Johnson a Hall of Famer? I said this to KMO, you'll hear it later. My initial reaction is no. Then you look at the numbers. He is, I think, 30th all-time in rush, 30-something all-time in rushing. He is one of 7 or 8. He's like, we broke it down yesterday, 6th, 7th on the most 50-plus yard touchdown runs, and everybody else up there is a Hall of Fame legend. So he is like right there fringe.
Right.
And, multi-Pro Bowls, won an NFL Offensive Player of the Year award, 2,000 yards. So, I never thought he would be that kind of pro, to be honest with you.
Well, you know what? When you watch that game in Hawaii and just saw, I literally remember sitting watching that game going, he just made himself a lot of money. It was absolutely incredible. And I don't remember what the total yardage number was. I know it was north of 200, but it was just, he just absolutely ran by guys at will and continued to do that into the NFL.
Well, thanks to Greg Hudson, who pointed at which way to go.
Yeah, and that's great. That's great coaching. Great coaching. So it was actually, up at Tiebreakers watching that game and a bunch of the Donnie Kirkpatrick's, why there was a number of the ladies that were there that weren't able to travel, and just kind of again remember what a memory, an all-timer in East Carolina football, that the memories of that one game.
Patrick Pinckney had 118 passing yards, and we scored 41 points. He had 1 touchdown. That went to Chris Johnson, who had 32 receiving yards, to go with his 223 rushing yards and a touchdown. And I believe is he involved? I don't have any return stats, but yeah, just a monster performance.
You know what? And you just said something there, and this is a little bit weird, but you know how we are as like athletes and kind of look for number significances in things. But it's how ironic that it was 223. Obviously the number that synonymous with Keith LeClaire. So
223 on the ground, touchdown, and that plus that, and that might have made him a first round pick, and then he goes 4.24 at the combine.
That sealed the deal.
And he is up there with Robert Jones as the highest draft picks in ECU history. I think Chris Johnson did a lot for ECU's name as well.
No question.
Running the highlights in the NFL, put a lot of notoriety on ECU.
Well, you remember the Dick's Sporting Goods ad that he was in, and it was like kind of a who's who of sports at the time, and then here you have Chris Johnson streak across the screen, and whatever. So it was certainly a very, very high profile athlete to come out of East Carolina and to go and do what he did in the NFL.
Mike Mullis joining us. Mully, can we go another segment?
Sure.
All right, we'll take a timeout, come back. Clip Rock, Shirley Rhodes, the big dog, Glenn Griffin. What a fight by Ivory Coast. Tied it up late in the second half, but Erling Haaland is too much. I hate to do this. It's so American, but I'd love to see Erling Haaland playing basketball or football. He is a monster for Norway. He scores late, and Norway gets by Ivory Coast 2-1 that final.
I'd rather see him play football or basketball, or Charlie Woods play in the NFL.
Charlie Woods has NFL receiver hands.
He's got great. He should contemplate a career as a receiver.
I'm not sure how tall he is at this point in his life.
Don't matter.
I might have spoke too soon.
He's got huge hands.
The hand, he's got Justin Hardy hands.
He's got monster hands.
We'll take a break, come back. I've been talking about the old person renaissance lately with Jordan Stahl. I pulled for LeBron in the playoffs. Messi is still going off. Serena Williams back at Wimbledon at the age of 44. Add her to the old athlete renaissance. Really enjoying that right now. We'll take a time out, come back, have more for you after this.
Saturdays are your day to kick back, relax, and have fun. That's why Altavola Market Cafe is the perfect place to go for dinner, drinks, and takeout. Altavola is open every Saturday at 4 p.m. on the bar side, serving a special selection of menu favorites of appetizers, pastas, and specialty pizzas. Whether it's dine-in, takeout, or drinks with friends, Altavola is the best choice every Saturday starting at 4 o'clock. Visit AltavolaMarket.com to see what's new, and visit Altavola on Red Banks Road every Saturday starting at 4. Pirates supporting pirates.
Pirate Nation, your dream home starts with Unshakable Builders. Now building in Sutherland Estates in Greenville and Dolostone Court in Wilson, with homes available now. And stay tuned, Cross Creek Townhomes in Greenville and Whitaker Glen in Farmville are coming soon. Browse available homes, explore floor plans, and see past projects today at unshakablebuilders.com. Have questions? Use live chat, fill out the contact form, or call the office at 814-9105. Unshakable Builders, build on a solid foundation.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers. Join us today for
big, juicy wings.
All season long at Tiebreakers.
Tiebreakers, with 2 locations in Greenville and on Railroad Street in Winterville.
Hey, Pirate friends. It's Rhonda from Russell's, and we're back open with a whole new look. We have a ton of surprises for you to see, including our Johnny O's Shop and Shop. Our racks and shelves are fully stocked with all new spring and summer merchandise for both men and women. Make it a point to come by Russell's in downtown Washington to check out the new look, experience the same great customer service you've come to know, and see all the new quality clothing that you love. We can't wait to see our pirate friends and customers back at Russell's in downtown Washington.
Eastern North Carolina's newest concert destination is here. It's Carolina Crossroads Amphitheater, a brand new state-of-the-art outdoor amphitheater with room for 30,000 fans. Reserve your seat or grab a spot on the lawn and enjoy food trucks, vendors, cold beer, and cocktails all night long. It's just a short drive away right off I-95 in Roanoke Rapids.
On October 9th, it's country music star Brantley Gilbert, along with special guests John Morgan and Jay Webb. For tickets, visit CarolinaCrossroadsAmp.com.
This is Dr. Dixon from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For experienced and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
We declare it's time for you to trade into a new vehicle at the Declaration of Deals sales event at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Greenville. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep has doubled down with dealer discounts and now has savings up to $12,000 on a new 2026 Ram 1500 and a special finance rate on Ram of 2.9% for 72 months. If you aren't looking for a truck, no problem. We declare that 2026 Grand Cherokee come with savings up to $6,000. Or you can lease America's most awarded SUV for as low as $429 per month. But that's not all. Save up to $7,000 on a new 2026 Jeep Wrangler or lease one for as low as $379 per month.
East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, across the Cockerell in Greenville. Come see us!
36-month leases, 10,000 miles per year, and $39.99 due at signing. Tax tags and $8.99 admin fee not included. Check out all the great deals at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep or at ecauto.com.
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. They have 2 locations in Bethel and Stokes. And guess what? That brand new location that we've been talking about on Highway 11 right across from Grifton High School, it's now open. They're going to be having a big celebration tomorrow. So if you're near Aiden Grifton High School, right there on Highway 11, you can check them out. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you. Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Shirley Rhodes, the Big Dog, Glenn Griffin, Mike Mullis in the Pirate Radio studios. Mully, no World Cup for you?
I mean, it's everywhere. So yeah, I've seen some, but
there's no college baseball on. So what the heck is on your TV?
I mean, it's we still got plenty of MLB, and you got. I've been over to Elm Street a number of times and watched those guys get after it. And,
where are we at on that? We just had the city championship.
Pepsi wins that, and then you've got the All Stars are underway. So I know I went over and watched I guess it's I keep all the classification. 10U, I guess, is what I got. 8 to 10, I don't but 10U. But it's it's still a fun time of the year with the baseball, and then we're looking at Major League Baseball soon to become to get into the heat of the grind here with the back half of the season coming up. So.
Shout out to the Winterville boys, 9 under. They are the state champions as they win in Winterville. Congratulations to those fellas. What up, Big Dog?
I was going to ask Mully. I wanted to get some NBA takes from him as a front office a talent evaluation type guy. What he thought of the Hornets move,
and a Charlotte guy, a Charlotte native.
I would like to know the Mully take on the Hornets and what they're doing, trying to be the Thunder of the East.
They get LeBron.
They have not gotten him yet.
I know they got rid of Ball.
Yeah, and Miles Bridges.
Okay, yeah.
But they got a ton of assets back.
Yeah, look, man, Big Dog, you are we can talk about World Cup if you want to, too, because I got about as good a chance. I did see they got rid of Ball, and if I see something that has a Charlotte headline, I'll at least take a look at it just because it's, the hometown, but I don't keep up with it. All I know is they had a competitive season, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, let's blow it up, is the way it feels to me, but I don't know that that's right or wrong.
That is, I think, a good general take on it, which initially got me a little upset and questioning it, although I have called the Melo Ball a loser, so I can't complain about it too much. It's kind of a be careful what you wish for, but right. Glenn, I'm in the sit and wait and let's see if this thing works out. I just hate that we finally had some momentum,
right?
And Mully didn't care, but cared 1% that Charlotte was good for the first time since he used to go to games. Look at Larry Johnson or whatever.
Yeah, no, Kelly Tripucka and Rex Chapman and that crowd. I mean, but and again, man, I had a fandom at 1.4. I fell out of love with the game of basketball when it evolved so much into being all about the high scores, and it just the physicality disappeared. I just feel like it's more of an exhibition sport until you get to the playoffs now.
Did the Iverson McGrady era maybe kill it for you?
That was probably about the beginning of the transition, but I
loved the Heat Knicks playing a 64 to 59.
I love that game, though.
And they're just brawling.
But I loved it too.
I like those going back as far back to the Pistons and the contrast of having Isaiah and then Lambeer on the same floor.
All right.
And, they're two very different jobs. But, it drives me crazy now. And, again, this will be the greatest bar debate ever, is the Jordan versus LeBron kind of thing and who's the greatest or whatever. And I don't think there's a wrong there. I think it's just your ultimate opinion unless you're measuring titles. And that's the only –
I think it's what you prefer.
Yeah. I mean, that's right. So, but I do think it's just such – LeBron would have been fine in that game. I would be more curious to see what Michael would be in this game. When when there's that much less defense being played, I just think it would have been different.
And you don't think he would have developed an elite 3-point shot in this era? He would have been the best shooter.
He could have. Well, I think he would have scored every time he touched the basketball if he so decided, because he just about did that anyway.
Yeah.
But if you look at the career that Curry's had, and that dude from a physicality standpoint would have gotten killed in the old game. Matter of fact, they would have made a point to kill him. I mean, it just would have been so. I don't know, man. It's
you say that, but I look at a dude like my comp for Curry in the '80s is Dale Ellis, and he scored like 27 a game, but just an outside shooter,
ball handler, and Ellis was a shooter. Right?
I'm just looking. just looking at comps.
I think from a physicality standpoint, not necessarily ball comparison, the most successful guy in that body type to me might have been more of a Reggie Miller. Kind of
skinny.
That's different. Yeah,
skinny.
That's different.
And I'm just talking about like from the standpoint of just getting beat up.
Yeah.
But again, man, I don't.
You say that, but the dude constantly was getting rubbed on screens, getting bodied.
Well,
I mean, he never stopped moving to get the ball.
LeBron would have been great in any era. He'd have been great probably in the NFL. He's
LeBron
an awesome athlete.
LeBron is my number one. Probably of all-time USA athletes that should have played soccer. Would have been an amazing striker.
I did see where he told the Lakers to go ahead and move on without him because he's going to play somewhere else. And somebody will overpay him, but he'll sell tickets. And the question becomes, does Bronny come with him? Because I did see Bronny striking a golf ball yesterday on social media. And it was pure.
Better than Tiger's Kid.
So let's go back to that. You talked about Tiger's Kid in his hands. Is this legit?
No, so this came from, we were at Tiebreakers, and Mully loves to just crap all over me any chance he gets.
Oh, yeah.
And they showed...
You didn't make this one very easy.
Well, a Tiger and his kid are in some event, and I guess they show him on TV, and I'm like, man, look at the size of that kid's hands. He should play football. He should be a receiver. And Mully, of course, goes... Tiger Woods' son, who's already hitting the golf ball, should play football.
Yeah, he couldn't take your stuff like it's just an aside.
It was
yeah.
But it's also he's 12 years older watching him play on television.
I know. It was not a real take, Mully. No, but it was not a real take.
He's obviously going to be a pro.
But Glenn, he should play football. I'm telling you, it's a real.
Yeah, maybe he'd be a great striker.
Mully, how do you like the idea? I heard you and Jarrett talking about this yesterday, Glenn, and now that LeBron's not going back to the Lakers. So the Golden State Warriors are forming the Expendables, I guess.
The Unction.
They're getting all the old... Look, I like this. It's like a traveling show of old NBA vets, seeing if they can keep up with the young kids. You don't like the storyline?
Hadn't we seen this? What was that movie, Uncle Drew or whatever?
I like it. I think it'd be fun.
It feels like what Brooklyn tried to do when they moved from Jersey to Brooklyn with getting Paul Pierce and Ray Allen and Rondo. I will say all this talk of LeBron going back home and where it all started and this, that, and the other, that's Cleveland's pitch. And there's been some rumors that that's what he feels like himself. If you really want to go back where it all started for LeBron.
You ready for a ridiculous take? Listen to this.
LeBron's rec league team, his very first team he ever played on, they wore purple and teal uniforms, and they were called the Hornets.
He's coming home, Mully.
He's coming home.
LeBron is coming home. To your point about Bronny, so didn't the Bucks release Giannis's brothers immediately after he went to Miami?
And then yesterday, Bronny's contract became guaranteed.
Oh wow! Well, that's
but
crazy.
It's only like 2 whatever million.
Blake says Bronny signed a multi-year extension. That's crazy.
Yes,
I had no idea.
That was nuts to me.
Yeah. All right,
Bronny, you talk about a dude. I mean. A dude that owes dad everything.
Yeah,
I think Tiger's son has a legitimate chance at true success in his sport, versus just being on the last guy on the bench,
coattails,
because of your dad.
Mully, I remember Antonio Freeman for the Packers had the catch on Monday night. He did what? His son plays for Team USA soccer.
Really?
There's an in for you. Well, you can pull for free.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Baseball, Mully, we had talked a little Savage. You hear him in the open every day, and good outing for him. Strikeout numbers were down with 3, but 0 walks. You will certainly take that. He went 6 2/3, 3 hits, 1 run, and the bullpen had his back. Blue Jays only scored 2. That's all they needed. They beat the lowly Mets, the 35-50 Mets, 2-1. Man, I just don't know how. So they had a doubleheader last week against the Cubs. They give up double-digit runs in both games. I think the second game, they had 6 errors. Everybody in the infield had at least 1. How do you even explain that?
It's ridiculous. I mean, it really is. I don't know what they're doing, and I don't know, man.
They fire the manager.
Okay, and he's like, oh, get me out of here. Yeah, I'll go. You got to pay me, and just let me go sit on the beach somewhere.
Craziest stat in sports: Clayton McCullough, the longest tenured manager in the National League East.
That is crazy.
Insane.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
But I don't know, man. The Mets, like I said, every time we talk about the Mets, I have to mention my good buddy Sully, and he and his boys diehard Mets fans, and I just think at some point you got to give it up. But if they ever could get it turned around, man, how sweet will that taste? Because they have certainly
it'll be a Knicks story.
Very much so, and they have been through it. I mean, it has just been brutal, and they make these moves that are like, okay, well, maybe that'll – but then they overpay the guys, and it just never, ever works out.
Nope. Soto, Bichette, it doesn't matter. I thought they kind of took it easy during the offseason, and then they bring in Bichette. They let Alonso walk, and I was like, maybe they're going for a different route here, and it's just the same old.
And you look, Bichette, I know I saw the other day when they were matched up with when they were playing Toronto, and I guess it was maybe day before yesterday's game, whichever day the series started, and Guerrero Jr.'s out there telling him to tip his helmet and whatever, and you could tell Bichette's like, dude, come on. He's kind of waving everybody, but then he ultimately tips the hat. But, I bet he's like, man, I would do anything to be back north of the border. This sucks.
Mo, let's get your take on Ohtani and the deal with catcher Dalton Rushing, which I don't think that little thing they had was a big deal, but it's like a bunch of small deals and some big deals with Dalton Rushing. So there was a pitch. Ohtani immediately, and I think that was the first time I've seen a pitcher challenge.
Well, and it happens, but it wasn't just a pitch. It was a number of pitches in the sequence. And Ohtani, listen, you're probably right if that dude's name is Mullis, but his name's Ohtani.
Right, yeah.
So if he tells you to do something, he's a surefire Hall of Famer, best player in the game. And
you're Dalton Rushing, how old is he? He's a young guy, right?
There. Yeah, and it's like, man, what, do you just not want to be here? And then, the temper tantrum, he strikes out over.
And by the way, he was wrong and Ohtani was right. Yeah. The pitch was called a strike. And then there's other things. I don't know if it's related, but he's like hitting himself in the dugout.
Flips out in the dugout when he strikes out. Well, It is to cite the great movie Die Hard, the career dissipation light, or was that Die Hard? No, Lethal Weapon. Either way, the career dissipation light is on overdrive for Rushing. He cannot continue to do that, especially to a guy named Shohei Ohtani.
I do like he did it in post game and was like, it's embarrassing to act that way. So I like he's got some self awareness, but
it's not the first time he's heard that. He must be a guy that they really like as being extremely talented, and of course in a position that's so difficult to fill as a solid catcher. But they must. There must be something there they like for them to be as accommodating as they are. And again, Ohtani just seems to at least come across as a guy like, how do you make that guy mad?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, he had a dude stealing all that money from him, and gambling allegedly, and maybe it was him, whatever. But he never even frowned about it. He was just like, oh well, kind of whatever.
Do you remember Chris Johnson, the baseball player, played for the Braves for a little while? I don't know who else he played for. Third baseman. Wasn't a great player, but pretty decent then. But he was a hothead and would throw tantrums. And one time threw his helmet in the dugout, and it hit Terry Pendleton, who was a coach at the time.
Bad idea.
And Pendleton had him by the jersey and pinned him up on the dugout. It was, as a Terry Pendleton fan, it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. But Mully, I don't know, over your years, you probably have guys that you gotta you got to calm down and
see
if you can turn them around.
Yeah, it's you pretty much have one every year, But I mean, you remember when Bryce Harper first came into the league, man? He was slamming stuff and finally.
Well, Papelbon was a trivia answer last night. He and Harper got into it as teammates.
They sure did, and it took, and that was over not running a ball out, if I remember correctly. So but that's what it takes is that. That veteran to interject and hopefully the young guy will come around and realize that these guys are professionals. That for a reason, they are professionals, and so they will conduct themselves accordingly. And that's where good locker rooms have a tendency to police themselves. I can't imagine Rushing didn't have Freddie Freeman Mookie Wilson come sit beside him after the game and go, Mookie Betts, I'm sorry.
Mookie Wilson was a good man.
Yep. Or, to come sit by him and go, man, what do we, buddy, you if you want to be here, you're going to have to figure this out.
Mike Mullis joining us. Mully, coming into work Monday morning, I believe it was live. Was there a playoff in golf? Was I hearing that live? Yeah. So Hovland defeated Scheffler, I believe.
Yep. I tell you what, they lit coming off of Shinnecock Hills in the U.S. Open, they lit that golf course at the Travelers. They lit that place up, and I think 21 or 2 ended up winning it. And, Hovland dips him on, I bet him in the first playoff hole. If not, it was the second one. It was very, very quick. But the whole time I thought, man, that's got to kind of not be good for these guys to have to come out and play what potentially was a single hole or sudden death at 9 o'clock in the morning. Not to mention all the staff that had to come out and all everybody else. But impressively, Hovland's fans were out in full force and celebrated his win.
So, what is your favorite way to determine an overtime? Sometimes they go a full 18, right? Sometimes they go 1. Sometimes they'll pick like 3. What's your
more and more have gone to sudden death.
Just one, whoever wins.
Yeah, and I can't remember. I don't even know. I think it was the U.S. Open. They used to play 18. And
I feel like there's.
I don't know that they do that anymore, but. I think so much of it has come down to the squeezing it into the television block.
I wouldn't mind like a par 3 contest. Go to every par 3 on the course or something.
Yeah, that may never end though. Or it would take like a hole in one.
Maybe so.
You know what I mean? But
right.
But I personally would like to see him play 3. I just think there's
like pick your toughest holes or best holes or something.
Tough, or every golf course kind of has a loop. Which they most of the members say you'll play the loop, but I think 3 would be maybe the most correct. But the sudden death thing is what it is. As long as we don't, start doing like we've seen in baseball where we, put a runner on second. As long as we don't start taking them,
put a ball on the green,
take them to the 150 and drop it and say, okay, whoever from here. So, I don't think there's a right answer, but that seems to be. The attention span of the average American probably plays into it now, too, and a sudden death seems quicker.
It does. It just, I hate it for the people you talked about, everybody that had to go out there.
Yeah, it sucks.
And you're there for 10 minutes, but whatever.
Yeah, no, well, the thing is, they may be on the air for 10 minutes, but the preparation for that 10 minutes and then the takedown after that, 10 minutes is a tough deal.
I have to interject, Mully, because there's a bit of news that may be of interest to you. Your team, it seems, has made an offer on a key free agent that just became available.
His team being the Packers?
The Packers have tweeted out LeBron James in a Packers jersey.
There you go.
Tied in?
Heard he's a free agent, they say.
There you go. Well, that would be,
And you talk about a storyline.
Well, for a publicity stunt, and that's kind of LeBron's deal. I mean, that might not. He may have it. He's taking his talents to Wisconsin.
By the way, Mully was listening to me when I did a Mully impression talking about Jordan Love, and I apologize for the impression, but I was like agreeing with you. I hope you heard afterwards.
I got the message.
Okay, good.
I think Clip's Mully impression is one of his best.
Well, then he's really bad at the others.
I'm really bad at the other ones. Well,
it's the way you say. You really nail the bud. Yeah, that's really what you nail.
Buh. Ah, man,
I don't even know how to say buh.
You say buh. I don't know. I say you say buh. I think it might just be my impression of you. I don't even know if you say it.
You know how, like, if you're thinking of an impression of De Niro, that it's Caliendo's De Niro,
right? Yeah,
or Pacino, or what have you.
It's not even Mully. It's
your impression of Mully.
Interpretation.
Yes, that is what he sounds like in my head.
Mully, you're the man. Thank you for hanging, buddy.
No, bud, I enjoyed it.
What you got going on? Anything else we need to talk about?
No, man, same old.
Let's circle back.
Everybody stay cool this week. It's gonna be hot.
Yeah, man. But Mike Mullis doing his part to help, fight and find a cure, and for folks that want to help with what you got going on, Mully, how do they do that?
Yeah, beat-als.gives is the website. There's you can go right there, learn more about us, and then there's an opportunity there if you want to make a donation. We'd appreciate your partnership, and anything I can do to help anyone that has questions or whatever. Feel free to give me a call, and we'll work through it.
We'll check in with the chat gang. Jerry says the Blue Jays had a Little League inside the park home run against the Mets last night. Awesome. And we'll check in with you guys when we return. Hour 1, Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Whether you're joining us for lunch or dinner, Basil's is the place to be this summer. Stop by and explore Basil's new summer specialty menu, featuring fresh, bold flavors in every bite. Enjoy favorites like our fried green tomatoes, the ahi tuna salad, a delicious tuna sandwich, the crowd favorite seafood sensation, and more. Then cool off at the bar with an ice-cold beer, a glass of wine, or one of Basil's handcrafted specialty cocktails. And don't worry, your Basil's favorites and our full regular menu are available every day. Basil's, Pirates supporting pirates.
College is hectic, but where you live shouldn't be. At Pirates Cove, you get your own quiet space and private bathroom. With 2 pools, a fitness center, EV chargers, the only student property with a new soccer mini pitch field, a business room for focus, and a quick ride to campus. No dorms, no drama, just the lifestyle you're looking for. Pirates Cove isn't just where you stay, it's where you live.
Hello, Pirate fans. Jeff Stein coming at you from Brown & Wood Buick GMC.
No June gloom here. For Buick, we've got Envistas at 0.9 with $1,000 purchase allowance. Encore GX, 0.9 with $2,250 in purchase allowance. Envision also with 0.9 with $1,750 in purchase allowance. And Enclave, 0.9 with $750 in purchase allowance. Only at Brown & Wood Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. We've got 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Looking for a zero-turn mower? Buy what the pros buy, where the pros buy at Ron Ayers Motorsports, your local authorized Hustler dealer. Shop the full lineup of Hustler residential zero-turn mowers, known for their reliability, speed, and heavy-duty build quality. Hustler mowers all feature thick fabricated decks, one-piece steel frames, and Hustler's trademark smooth track steering. Come see us today at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
Are you tired of dealing with IT headaches? Does this sound familiar? Phones, Wi-Fi, or email always acting up? Are you afraid of phishing scams, data breaches, or ransomware attacks? Every minute your systems are down, you're losing money. If you're nodding your head, it's time to call cybersharks.net. We handle IT so you can focus on growing your business. Fast, reliable, and always there when you need us. Call 321-7800 today and get IT support that actually works. Cybersharks.net. We keep your business swimming.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Danny Beal, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear was easy to work with when I needed my custom t-shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates!
If you're looking to make someone's day a little sweeter, Nothing Bundt Cakes has the perfect treat. From our bite-sized buntinis to our delicious 8 and 10-inch bundt cakes, every cake is baked fresh daily and topped with our signature cream cheese frosting. Birthdays, celebrations, office treats, or just because. There's always a reason for a bundt cake. Come see us in Greenville in the Law Promenade Shopping Center near Longhorn and let us help you share a little joy, one bundt at a time. Nothing Bundt Cakes. Make life a little sweeter every day.
It's bow time. Sometimes the craving for Bojangles Supremes is so strong you just gotta have them, even when your gas tank is on empty and Bojangles is still 10 miles away. Nothing beats the flavor of Bojangles Juicy Golden Supremes, especially when they're part of a perfect combo with 4 boldly seasoned chicken Supremes, a made-from-scratch biscuit, fixin', and some legendary iced tea. The only thing that can satisfy your hunger is that delicious southern flavor. So when the craving is supreme, order ahead on our app and put the pedal to the metal. It's Bo time.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now, powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Looking for a great meal in the heart of downtown Greenville? Come on down to 5th Street Hardware and Tap Room. Whether you're craving a juicy burger, a fresh seafood basket, or a tasty sandwich or wrap, they've got something for everyone. Grab a bite with friends, relax on the patio, and enjoy the cozy, welcoming atmosphere. The next time you're in downtown Greenville, make it a point to visit 5th Street Hardware. Great food, great company. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All righty, back with you, Hour 1, Pirate Radio Live. Kevin Monroe coming up, Hour 2. Jay Sonhalter, Hour 3. Chan Man's going to drop by, I believe, at some point. We got Shirley Rhodes. We got the big dog. Serena Williams' return to the court, not going so well. She was smoked by Joint in the first set. Somebody named Joint from Australia. Thank you. 6-3, and she is down 4-3 in the second set. And honestly, kind of crazy to see her playing at 44 years of age, because I'm old and I remember when she was very young playing tennis with her sister Venus. Also on the Bucks scoreboard and the World Cup update presented by Greenville United FC. Norway won over my Ivory Coast boys 2-1. Great match. Norway scored first, Ivory Coast scored late, and then Holland is inevitable. He puts one in the 86th minute to give Norway the win and advance on to the round of 16. I'm going to pull up a bracket here so we can see who the winners of Sunday, Monday, and today will be playing. So it'll be Norway and Brazil. Brazil, who beat Japan 2-1. Canada and Morocco play. So there were two big upsets yesterday. Morocco over Netherlands in penalty kicks, and Paraguay beating Germany. Some dramatic penalty kicks yesterday in that one. And Paraguay will play the winner of France-Sweden, and France-Sweden going on at 5 o'clock. USA plays the winner of Belgium-Senegal. Wow, okay, I did have all four of my teams advance, but Belgium-Senegal are both my teams, and one of them will be defeated. One will move on. Belgium-Senegal tomorrow at 4. USA plays tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So I got more action coming up today. That would be France, Sweden, and Mexico, Ecuador coming up later tonight, 9 o'clock in World Cup action. Shirley, do you have a list of who has who? If not a big deal.
Yes, I do.
Can you pull that up? Glenn,
yeah,
I guess you were celebrating Norway because you have Norway?
No, I do not have Norway.
Why were you talking junk about my Ivory Coast boy?
I like Erling Haaland.
That dude's the man. I like him off the pitch. Have you seen like his videos and stuff?
Yeah, I just like him as a person. I feel like he seems like a cool guy, and it's rare that like the best seem like cool guys.
So did you? First of all, he was at the Hurricanes game.
That's where it really
became a Monster fan.
Yeah.
He has a video where this podcast host brings in soccer fans to the like this big extended van, luxury van type thing, and then they're doing a show, and he's setting them up to call Haaland lazy and things like that. Yeah. And finally, the guy will say something negative about him, and Haaland is in the back seat, and it's like, you really think that? Like, he has a good sense of humor. So I've become a big fan of Haaland through these games.
I can't imagine it. He is like some sort of like Norwegian LeBron. physically. Like he just is he's so big and so muscular, and
he had a play today that did not result in a goal, but Ivory Coast had a corner. He kind of boots it out, kicks it away, like really high in the air, so it takes a big bounce. He's running all the way. He runs the entire field, the entire pitch, and nearly gets a 1-on-none with the goalie. Couldn't quite get to it, but he is a beast. Like, he doesn't look like a lot of the other guys out there. Like, no. Messi's the greatest in the world, and he's like, what, 5'10" or something?
Right. He is Ichiro-ish in comparison to Holland, who is I guess Aaron Judge-ish.
He looks like a wide receiver number 2, kind of.
Right. We talk about people that could go and play other sports. I believe that dude could play any sport he wanted to. To borrow a Vince McMahon term, he is vascular.
6'5". Mbappe was my favorite guy, and I still like him. He is the Russell Westbrook of just the athlete that he is. I think Mbappe could play any sport, but now I'm a Holland guy. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I have the list if you need it.
We can just talk about who's advanced, Shirley, real quick. So Canada, first of all, advanced.
That would be Jonathan's.
All right. Ellerby moves on, and they will face Morocco, who have advanced.
That's Chan Man.
Paraguay with the upset over Germany.
Paraguay is also the Chan Man.
That's a good one to have there. Brazil was down 1-0, but got the 2-1 win.
I am looking for Brazil. That would be Jonathan as well.
Norway moves
Jonathan.
on. Okay, so right now it's all Jonathan and Chandler, and that's all we got right now. We'll have some others joining the round of 16 later on. Let's check in with the chat gang real quick, if you will. Jamie says, "Hey now,
hey now."
Jamie, by the way, we recorded the interview with Rich Shea yesterday morning, and Jamie asked, "Was it live?" And he said, "Ask Rich about." Doing some kind of pizza deal with Howard Stern and Artie Lang. And I was like, sorry, it was a recorded interview. I did text Rich about it, and all he said was, that was 23 years ago. So he, I guess, remembers it, but maybe not clearly. But Jamie, next time we have Rich Shea on, I'd love to hear some Howard Stern, Artie Lang stories.
I think he tried to pull the statute of limitations.
Maybe so.
I mean, you're dealing with Artie and Howard back in those days.
Yeah, you could be right.
NBA news, not LeBron related. The Clippers are allowing Kawhi Leonard to flee the country, as speculated in the office on Monday.
Yeah, Glenn had a good take on Kawhi, because I heard the only place he'd sign an extension with is Toronto, and you said, well, he's going to have to be extradited. He's fleeing the country.
He's fleeing the country. He's getting out of here. He is going to Toronto, as speculated, for Kinston's own Brandon Ingram.
So Ingram back in L.A., but this time for
the Clippers. And all-time name guy, Grady Dick. 2 first-round picks, a pick swap, and 2 second-rounders.
All right. No,
that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot for him to me.
For Kawhi?
Yeah.
At this point in his career?
Yes, that's a lot.
I'd rather Kawhi join the old Warriors team. Whatever.
I would rather him be a $5 million exception on the Warriors.
Jerry.
We got a new segment on the show now, thanks to Coach Hud.
Was that for Grady Dick?
Yeah.
Okay. We can actually say Grady Dick's name without bleeping it. But thank you. I forgot about that.
As soon as he said it, I said, I have something for
we
that.
got something. Do you have Atticus' sound?
Hold on. Where did I put it?
Glenn, last week I asked Atticus, would he trade Brandon Miller for Jaylen Brown?
Okay, you're gonna have to give me a second.
Did Atticus call in on the day of the trade?
I set it up because we wanted to talk to him during the playoffs and he couldn't. So he said, next time y'all do something Hornets related, get me on.
Yeah. Got it.
So I said, would you trade Brandon Miller for Jaylen Brown? And this was his noise. Out of context, that's tough, but that was his.
Keep your pants on.
That day, probably I would have had the same reaction.
Tarps off.
I think most Hornets fan base would have.
I don't want to trade Brandon Miller. I'm a big Brandon Miller fan.
Yeah.
Real quick, Jerry says hello. Let's see. Lane says, dread it, run from it. Holland arrives, all the same. Manchester City legend already. Hunter says, good evening, cowards.
Good evening, cowards.
That's one of my favorites. We talked about Antonio Freeman's son playing for United States. Blake says Dennis Rodman's daughter, of course, plays soccer.
Yeah, Trinity.
You'll hear Kevin Monroe say this. I asked him about the World Cup. He likes the women's more than the men's, and he said probably because we're good. So that's
we got 4 of them.
It's a good reason. Let's see.
I have college baseball news.
I like Glenn being here just with the breaking news.
Oh, I'm just looking at things that they have accrued in the past
College
hour.
baseball news? I can't imagine what would excite me about college baseball.
It's relevant to us.
Okay.
It's not great radio, but it's relevant to us. Because the College of Idaho has, where a field would normally be dirt.
Sure.
And it would be orange, a baseball field.
Brown?
The pathways between the bases.
Yeah.
The College of Idaho.
Idaho Vandals.
They have purple.
That can't be right. Idaho's black and gold.
It is. I'm looking at it on the MLB Twitter.
But they don't.
The College of Idaho baseball team.
College of Idaho.
Right.
So that's Idaho University.
Not the University of Idaho.
Okay. Now I see it. And now is this real? This looks like an April Fool's.
It does look AI-ish, but it's not April Fool's, and it's on the MLB account.
I guess you got to do something to
stand out.
Yeah, to stand out.
I mean, when you're at the College of Idaho and you're the second, little brother to the university.
Well, and there's Idaho State, so they're way back.
I mean, they're lagging.
And they're the Yotes. They're not even the Coyotes. They're the Yotes. It's a pretty cool name.
That's so. The one thing that I don't like about Coastal Carolina is that I feel like their brand is very little brother.
With all the teal.
Well, no, it's little brother because of they had a Chanticleer is just a fancy name for a game.
Oh, right.
Like it's the same thing as the State University. Go get your own thing, Hoss.
Sure. The Yotes with a purple. What would you call that? Infield dirt, I guess, or turf.
It is made from recycled tires, which I'm sure
that sounds bouncy.
I'm sure it's great on the ACLs and your ankles.
We'll take a break, come back when we return, talk to Kevin Monroe, who played football and baseball at East Carolina, and we'll talk some Chris Johnson and more when we return. Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live, back with you after these words.
Michelob Ultra is brewed here. So is the feeling when we rally together behind one team. From the pitch to the core, Superior is brewed here. Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of the U.S. men's national soccer team. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
If you're hungry for a great steak with honest-to-goodness flavor, head over to Larry's Steakhouse, open Monday through Saturday at 11 a.m. Serving up hand-cut, aged ribeyes, tender grilled salmon, bold grilled shrimp, and juicy grilled pork chops, all right off the flame. Pile your plate high with a 25-item salad bar. Try one of our hearty daily lunch specials. Larry's Steakhouse. Good food, good folks, and a good time. Located at 2800 East 10th Street across from the old Highway Patrol Station. Call 751-6510 for takeout and reservations. Larry's Steakhouse.
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
It's Budweiser's 150th anniversary, and we're celebrating with a Heritage Can Series that honors our legacy of being made of America. Collect all 4 designs. For 150 years, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026. Anheuser-Busch. Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Carolina Eagle Distributing is celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. For 150 years, Budweiser has been the heart of America beer culture, bringing people together across generations. Cheers Cheers to 150 years. This bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989.
Doug Henry of Greenville is looking for your trade-in and your business. Doug Henry of Greenville is right on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial, and always right on the price and looking to beat every offer out there. Just bring it in and you won't be disappointed. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily, and you can always check them out online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Doug Henry, right on the corner and right on the price.
Dank Burrito on Red Banks Road is rolling the good, combining bold global flavors with chef-driven techniques to create flavor bombs you won't find anywhere else. From their classic jerk chicken to their legendary pork belly, they're serving up fresh tacos, bowls, and burritos that defy the ordinary. Order ahead at order.dankburrito.com or download the Dank Burrito app. Join Dank Burrito Rewards today to start stacking points and earning free food with every bite. Check them out at 108 Red Banks or drop into their flagship Dank Burrito in Morehead City while you're cruising the Crystal Coast. Dank Burrito, stay hungry, stay dank.
Need to sell your house fast without fixing or even cleaning it? Call the Turner Home Team.
Hey, this is proud ECU alumni Justin Turner with the Turner Home Team. We buy houses as is in any condition for cash, and we can close in just days. As a real estate investor and licensed agent, my team and I can give you options when you need to sell. Sell fast or sell for top dollar. You choose what's best.
Call Turner Home Team or visit theturnerhometeam.com. They'll make a no obligation cash offer for your home today.
Turner Home Team. Pirates supporting pirates.
Warm up with savings at the Beaufort Hotel. Plan your escape and save up to 20% off. The premier vacation destination on the Crystal Coast is nestled on 10 acres and overlooks the Rachel Carson Reserve, home to 30 wild horses. Discover why Beaufort was named the best small town for adventure by USA Today when you stay at the Beaufort Hotel, where your Outer Banks adventure begins. Visit BeaufortHotelNC.com or call 252-728-3000.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now, powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Michaels and Gateway Family and Cosmetic Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. Their mission is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Visit them at 2330 Hemby Lane in Greenville or give them a call at 752-1600. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Got Shirley Rhodes, got the big dog, Glenn Griffin, getting the Kevin Monroe interview ready to go. And when he's got that, I got a trivia question I want to ask him because Blake in the chat says, I've been seeing recently who's the best athletes. Have you ever heard of an NBA player playing another sport? Baseball and football has been done. Of course, you got Prime Time. You got Brian Jordan played both. Who's the NBA player that has played in?
I mean, Michael played baseball.
And yeah, he did say Jordan. But Glenn, do you know the athlete who is a Major League Baseball Hall of Famer? Don't say that. Let me get through the question.
Okay,
you probably know it.
I think I know it.
All right, he's a Hall of Famer. He was drafted in not one, not two, not three, but 4 different drafts. He was drafted in the Major League Baseball draft by the Padres in the first round, drafted by the Hawks in the 5th round, drafted by the Utah Stars in the ABA, and drafted by the Vikings in the 17th round of the NFL, despite never playing college football. Played 22 years in Major League Baseball, inducted in 2001. Do you know who that is?
Tony Gwynn could hoop. Is it Tony Gwynn?
It is not, but he did play for San Diego State.
Yeah, that's who I thought you were. That's where I thought you were going.
This guy, really big fella for the Padres, played for the Twins, I want to say.
Dave.
Yep.
Dang it.
I'll give you Dave. Dave Winfield.
Dave Winfield. Yeah, I had the W. I just couldn't get the last name.
So you talk about all-time athletes to be drafted.
He was Aaron Judge-ish. Like I feel like he could have, obviously he could have played any sport.
trying to see if I can find his height. Like he was a big dude. He was 6'6", but baseball, he looks pretty big out there. But yeah, drafted in 4 different leagues. That's pretty awesome. Tony Gwynn was a good pull though, because I've seen the pictures of him.
When you said San Diego Hall of Famer, I just and the possibility of playing basketball, I went to Tony Gwynn.
Never played in the NFL, but Mike P. Charlie Ward, that's a good one. Julius Peppers, that's a good one.
A Final Four participant and a Super Bowl participant. He never won one, did he? Did he win one with Packers, maybe?
I'm not sure.
Sorry, Clip.
What you got?
I just had a caller call in. He said Chuck Connors, who was an actor for better known as the Rifleman, played for the Cubs and the Celtics, according to this caller. So you may want to check on that.
Well, shout out to that caller. I've never heard of this fella.
I recognize the TV show, The Rifleman, and the name kind of sounds familiar, but I was not aware that it was an athlete.
We could ask, I believe we could ask Coach McCarthy about him because he played at Auburn.
Yeah, but when?
He might be. It might have been during his time because it was around the time of Chuck.
No, not this.
It was before Chuck.
This dude was born in 1921.
Oh, no, this is not the same person. Chuck Person got the name from the Rifleman.
The
nickname.
All right, now I got you.
Chuck Person was not acting in Wild Western.
I asked. I didn't know why you brought him up.
I didn't bring him up. The chat did.
Okay. Well, anyway, I asked Mac about Chuck Person last week or this week. I think his name came up. The Rifleman. All right. So this dude, Chuck Connors, played for the Brooklyn Dodgers and Cubs. And of course, following his military discharge, this is when men were men and went to war while they were playing sports. Connors joined the Rochester Royals, now the Kings, for their championship season, and then joined the newly formed Boston Celtics. Good call, caller. So this guy played Major League Baseball and NBA. How about that? Went to Seton Hall, left after 2 years to accept a contract to play pro baseball. Then went to war, World War II. Chuck Connors, American hero, the Rifleman. He's got to be, how have I never heard of this guy? He's got to be one of the most, important people to Americana all time. He's in a hit show, 2 leagues, veteran. Did it all.
It feels a little Captain America-ish.
Is he a real person?
Is he a psyop? Is that what he was doing?
That's awesome. Very cool. Very cool. But yeah, Peppers and Charlie Ward, of course, played their sports in college, but did not go play pro in 2 sports. All right, we got Kevin Monroe.
Just literally in seconds.
All right. I want to know more about Chuck Connors.
Any relation to?
Where's Chandler? I need his Jeff Connors impression when he gets in here.
Ready, go.
Ready.
I can't do it as good as Chan. But...
I think Chan Man's dropping by at some point today. Earlier today, Norway knocking off Ivory Coast in the World Cup 2-1. France, Sweden coming up at 5. We got O's baseball coming your way on Pirate Radio.
6:00.
They take on the really, really good Chicago White Sox. 44
Never thought I'd hear that.
And 39. So last year we had a bet for their over win total. Me, Jarrett, and Patrick Mason, White Sox fan. And they went over that win total, and they weren't good. They won 60 games. But this year, already to have 44 wins. So they're 16 wins away from their entire win total from last season. Playing great. You've got Burley and the Cardinals taking on my Braves tonight. Braves really need to turn this thing around. Phillies lost last night, but the Phillies are on the Braves' heels. They are a 3.5 back of Atlanta in the NL East. Are we about good?
We are almost there.
Are you conducting the interview?
Yes. So you know how we make the two different files?
I don't know anything.
I'm
not going to say anything because I don't know how to do any of that. So I mean, I'll let you handle it. I'm just running out of things to talk about.
Well, I tell you what. Do you want to take a quick break and then?
Can I get a very short break?
No, you can get a 4-minute break.
Yeah, look, why don't we take a break and that way we can get it all done.
We were on a break. When we return, K-Mo joins us. We'll talk CJ2K and more. Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Got Sonny, Jay Sonhalter, joining us on the program as well later this afternoon. No Bryce Williams today, but congratulations. So I have not got the word from Bryce, but Jenny got a text from Bryce's father-in-law of the 9-pound daughter.
Whoa!
Yeah, for Bryce and Anna. So congratulations to the Williamses.
Can she play tight end?
He's got her signed up for volleyball already.
Oh.
So congratulations. Hopefully Bryce will rejoin us next week, but if not, we'll talk to him soon as he adds another to the household. That's awesome stuff. We'll take a break, come back, have more for you after these words.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Jacob Jiggins Cowart, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear hit a home run for me when I needed my custom t-shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates.
Planning a special event, whether it's a baby shower, bridal luncheon, birthday party, or even a tailgate at Clark LeClaire Stadium, Chicken Salad Chick has you covered. Their fan favorite mini croissant platters is just one of many options to choose from, perfect for any occasion. With a variety of chicken salad flavors, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Let us do the work while you enjoy the event. Delicious, fresh, and served with a smile. Chicken Salad Chick Catering. Make every event memorable. Visit chickensaladchick.com to place your catering order. Just remember, you pick it up and we'll have it ready to go. Chicken Salad Chick, where every event is a little bit tastier.
Summer's here. You're at the beach, halfway up a mountain, finally relaxing, miles from home.
And then your phone buzzes. Not panic, just a quick check-in. Because with SDI, you already know what's going on.
Real-time alerts, 24/7 monitoring, full control of your home or business, right from your smartphone.
So while you're making memories, you're never wondering what's happening back home.
SCI Security, because you don't get security system for the days nothing happens. You get the system for the moment something does.
Travel smart, travel secure, and protect what matters.
Call today and get protected before your next trip.
Hello, Pirate fans. Jeff Stein coming at you from Brown & Wood Buick GMC, and Truck Month continues. We've got Sierra 1500, 0% for 5 years. You heard me right, 0%. Sierra 2500, HGs 4.9 plus $2,000 in purchase allowance. Canyon Elevation 3.9 for 5 years plus $3,000 purchase allowance. Only at Brown & Wood Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. We've got 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Bond. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Play ball! Greenville, it's time to play ball. The Greenville Yard Gnomes are back, and tickets are on sale now. Bring the whole family out for big hits, wild promotions, and non-stop fun all night long. From fireworks to theme nights, every game is an experience you don't want to miss. Cold drinks, great food, and the best atmosphere in town. Don't wait till it's sold out. Grab your seats now. Get your tickets today at yardgnomesbaseball.com or at the box office.
Overtime Tavern is the place to be for great food, cold drinks, and all your game day action with over 10 TVs. Swing in today and try a mouth-watering burger, glizzies, wings, or check out their daily specials featuring some of the best items on the menu. OT's has a weekly lineup of entertainment starting Tuesday with Singo, Wednesday is sports trivia with Clip Brock, and Thursday's local acoustic acts playing the tunes. OT's is located on Charles Boulevard across from the Sheets and is open daily from 11 a.m. to midnight. There's always time on the clock at Overtime Tavern.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates!
This is Josh Gross, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Attention to the disease, and he's still standing up.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now, powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner. Call them today at 919-291-5532 or visit them online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. The Chan Man going to join us at some point in the program for you Chandler Honeycutt fans. Shirley Rhodes here, the big dog. It's like old school right now. The trio here.
A vintage.
And I like, Glenn, keep the breaking news coming, even if it's a team has a purple baseball field.
I
kind of like the cut-ins. It's just,
Well, we're kind of a hair thin.
We got a guest per hour, so we're going to have some segments to talk about.
We just need some filler.
Yeah.
And these are just topics that are on social media that we might want to talk about.
I like it. All right. Right now, we will hear from Kevin Monroe, who I hate is no longer calling games for ECU, but we'll still get him on Pirate Radio to talk football during the football season. But wanted to bring him on today, talk about CJ2K and more. And here is my chat with Kevin Monroe. But teams backed off, so credit to him just for that and bouncing back from a big injury. But, man, we talked about his transformation and really between his junior and senior year. And I guess he had some come to Jesus meetings with Skip Holtz, and Chris has even talked about wanting to transfer, wanting something different, but stuck it out. And you talk about the Hawaii Bowl. I mean, he was dominant that entire year, over 2,000 yards, all purpose. Had another 1,000 return yards that year that I left out yesterday when I was reading stats. So. And his body too. You talk about running up the middle. His body transformation from 04 to 07 was crazy.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he came in this kind of skinny kid, always fast, but I remember he just kind of transformed his body. And Clip, you being in radio and having to ask questions and interview people for a living. I was on the sideline when he started his career, and I just early on, it was so hard talking to him because, for one, he kind of had that Florida mumble going.
Right, yeah.
You couldn't quite understand him.
He was not a great interview, yeah.
Right, but also he just would give you 2-3 word answers. And it wasn't until later in his career, and then obviously in the NFL, he got used to all the interviews, and he got a lot better at it. But I'd be on the sideline, and I had to interview him after the game. I'd be like, oh, gosh, what am I going to say? And I always had to prepare 2 or 3 questions at a time because I knew he wasn't going to give me a whole lot. But it was just – he's such a bright spot on that sideline, in that locker room, always smiling, always excited. But yeah, we were lucky to get him, being a Florida boy. I'm sure one of those big time schools would have snagged him up if he hadn't gotten injured. And the Pirates got lucky, and we're certainly better off having him become a Pirate.
Justin Hardy-esque, where I think he liked to do his talking on the field more than to us. And now Justin's broken out of his shell quite a bit. We talked to Justin a lot here on the program. But I think, Chris was more interested in playing football than talking to us. Maybe like talking to you more than me. But yeah, he was. I mean, just so fun to watch. And then I never imagined he would do in the NFL what he did. And we brought it up yesterday. Like, is Chris Johnson a Hall of Famer? My first initial answer is no. And then you look at the numbers, and just about everybody in front of him on the rushing list is a Hall of Famer.
Wow.
You look at the most 50-plus rushing touchdowns in a career, and that list is Barry Sanders. But it's Hall of Famer. So he is right there, the Hall of really, really good. And had the 2,000-yard season, but had consistent 1,000-yard seasons. Other than that.
Well, is he already in like kind of the Titans Hall of Fame? I don't know.
I'm sure.
That's the thing. Certainly, he deserves to be there. So yeah, it's a good debate. My thought would have been no as well, just because of the one big season, but you don't really know. And the Titans just they didn't win a whole lot back then. Under Kerry Collins, and they got better eventually, but. My initial thought would be no, but just because you're not a Hall of Famer doesn't mean you're not a heck of a pro.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking about the best of the best.
Yeah, he was one of the most feared running backs around back then. I mean, he just was so hard to get on the ground and so hard to corral. If he broke loose, you could forget it. You weren't going to catch him.
And love Gus Johnson calling his game, screaming while Chris Johnson was running down the sideline. Chris Johnson, 36th all-time rushing in NFL history, which is that's incredible. I mean,
top 40, that's not bad.
And again, the names in front of him are practically almost all in the Hall of Fame. Kevin Monroe joining us. Kevin, what was your connection you told me about with Gleason, Steve Gleason?
Yeah. So when I stopped playing at East Carolina, I signed a free agent contract with the Carolina Panthers, and I was there all through mini camps and preseason, and then I played in 3 preseason games and training camp and all that good stuff, and I got released right before the last preseason game. Well, that season I wasn't picked back up, and so I didn't know what I was going to do. And so in the off season, I got a phone call from a coach in NFL Europe, a defensive back coach in NFL Europe, who said he was the DB coach for the Rhein Fire out of Germany, and he's like, "I love your film." He's like, I don't know why you're not in the league right now. Would you be willing to play in NFL Europe if we draft you in the free agent draft tomorrow? I didn't even know there was a free agent draft. And so I said, yeah. And so I'm sitting in my office, and I get drafted in the 11th round of the NFL Europe draft, and it was pretty cool. And so back then, everybody went to Tampa. That's where the NFL Europe training camp was, and then you had to make the final team to fly over to your team in Europe. And so I was on the Rhein Fire, and so was Steve Gleason. This would have been 2001, and he was a safety, and I was a corner. So we sat near each other in the locker room. I think I wore 29. I think he wore like 28 or 30. Like we literally like very close proximity. We were at practice every day together. Talked to him a bunch. And I was only there about 6 weeks. I didn't make the final roster, and so. I didn't know him for a long time, but I knew him long enough to where we were on, first name, last name basis, whatever. And so when I finally stepped away from football and got into financial advising, I had some clients on the Saints, and that's where Gleason ended up. And so when I would go see those guys, I'd always holler at Gleason and speak to him and have conversation with him. And of course, after Katrina, I didn't even know it was going to be a big deal. It was just kind of the first game of the year.
Yeah.
And
it was like Monday night, I think, Kevin.
I think so. Yeah, they were playing the Falcons.
Yeah.
They opened the Superdome. I want to say Mike Vick was playing. I'm trying to remember the time period, but either way, New Orleans at Atlanta, big time game Monday night. I was there visiting clients, and I watched the game. And of course, Gleason breaks through, blocks that punt. They take it in for a touchdown. They win the game. The place goes nuts. It's all over television. And then obviously, shortly after we found out about the ALS. And so Coach LeClaire and Steve Gleason, and then Chris Johnson. I mean, I've been in close proximity with 3, fairly famous or, athletes or coaches that have had this disease. And it's so rare. It seems odd that you would know that many people. It's kind of scary almost. But yeah, he was another one that kind of pushed research forward, pushed notoriety forward for the disease. He was all over the ESPYs. Like he was very well thought of in the NFL community, just because he was a hardworking kind of special teams kind of guy. And so knowing him for as long as I've known him, and he's been one of those guys that's lived for quite a while with the disease, which doesn't happen often. So I pray that's the case for Chris, because it's definitely tough.
Yeah, I follow Gleason on social media, and he puts out motivational quotes and things like that quite often. And Kevin, man, I guess you never say never. You got the doctors and scientists and everybody working their tails off to try to find a cure, and everybody around here continues to donate and do everything they can for it. It is frustrating, but you just hope one day there's a breakthrough like there has been on other things.
That's right. I mean, it's amazing that we're in 2026 and there's still so many things out there that we don't have cure for, like all the different types of cancers. And so we've come a long way with a lot of things, HIV and AIDS and different things like that. And so the people are working hard, and it takes money to do all the research. And so definitely continue to give. Nobody knows about ALS like Pirate Nation now, after Coach LeClaire and now Chris Johnson. And so certainly it'll always be important to us. And then there's so many people that you don't know about that's had the disease over the years, that have lost that battle. And we just hope that we can get that corrected, and that there's a cure out there to be found.
Kevin, can we get a quick update on the Monroe boys? You got one out west and one still at home. Is that right?
That's right. So we dropped off Marcus at Stanford last Sunday. We went on family vacation out to Lake Tahoe for a week, and then drove over to Palo Alto and dropped him off, got him moved into his dorm room. And so he's doing great, man. He was already a hard worker when it came to, lifting and running. And so he jumped right into the off-season workout program, and the strength and conditioning coaches love him. And so he's doing well. I think he said they called him up to break down the huddle in the weight room 2 days out of the first week. So that told me he was doing well. And the quarterback,
was he one of those guys that's like already a junior in college because he took all the classes in high school or whatever?
He did take a lot of APs, but I don't know how many he got exempt from, or how many he took the test for or whatever. So no, he'll just be a regular freshman. But I think he'll have some credits or whatever. But he's excited, man, and he's taking 2 classes now, a finance class and an English class, and he says he likes it so far. And so we're excited. He's actually going with some buddies to LA on a little buddies trip this weekend to hang out for the 4th. And so we're excited that he's enjoying his time out there. And the season will be here before you know it. We're going to try to make it to 9 of the 12 games.
Nice.
Both home and away. So
any of them here, Kevin? Are they coming to North Carolina?
Yeah, they play at Duke. They play at Wake.
Nice.
And they play at Virginia Tech. So 3 of them, 2 of them really close and 1 of them relatively close. And then, we'll be at, I think, 4 of their games at Stanford and 5 away games. So yeah, we're thrilled. And then
that's better than being in the American Conference, Kevin. That's more convenient than being in the American if he was here.
I know. Yeah, them being in the ACC is definitely helpful. I mean, it makes this thing a lot easier than if they were Pac-12 or whatever they were before.
How about
the youngest son is he's a rising sophomore. He's got 4 offers. He's got East Carolina, NC State, Wake Forest, and Duke.
Nice.
He's listed as an athlete. He plays receiver and safety. He likes receiver more. But breaking news: his quarterback transferred out to a baseball academy, and now they've moved my son to quarterback. So he'll play quarterback his sophomore year. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, schools know about him. He'll still have film as an athlete.
Right.
And hopefully we'll get a quarterback in the future, and he'll be able to go back to receiver. But for now, he's changed over to quarterback. So we'll see how the season goes.
Awesome. You put your best player at QB and see what happens with your offense. Right. But that's fantastic. Well, Kevin, I always enjoyed talking to you, but you did interrupt my World Cup watching today. I'm an Ivory Coast guy because my favorite player for Swansea City was from there. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But Wilfred Boney was my guy. Did you watching any World Cup? I know you're a multi-sport athlete. Did you play soccer growing up?
That's right. Soccer was my kind of my first love. So wow. Honestly, I enjoy the women's soccer more, probably because we've been better obviously in the U.S. And so I love watching Rodman's daughter and Sophia Wilson and those girls go out and play. But yeah, I've watched some of the men's game. I'm happy with how well they've been playing. I've watched bits and pieces of the other teams. I saw there was at least one game that went in extra kicks, I guess, last night.
Yeah, a couple of them, and Germany and Netherlands got bounced, so had some upsets.
So that was kind of cool to see. So yeah, I've been watching a little bit, and it's always cool to see the different fans. I guess Jameis Winston was in the stands watching Brazil and beat Japan. He helped the Japan fans pick up trash, so that was pretty cool. So yeah, I've been watching. I like soccer enough.
I hate to do this. This is such an American thing to do, Kevin, but to think about like our bet, like Russell Westbrook on Team USA and what kind of athlete he would be out there.
Right.
But when I see Mbappe from France, who is just like, he reminds me of Westbrook on the soccer field, or Holland, the giant dude from Norway. If they'd have played football at the age of 8, like how awesome would they be? You know, if football was their sport. I always think about that when I see these great athletes from other countries.
Yeah, I mean, listen, America, we play sports, and we play. Most of them, all the kids kind of grow up playing most of the sports, but some people are a little bit specialized. But yeah, you always wonder, like, if America was just soccer or whatever, and how we'd be, what kind of athletes we'd have. I think we'd be pretty impressive.
I think so. Kevin, appreciate you joining us, man. Got tough conversations to have this week, but wanted to reach out to people that were teammates, coaches, or covered CJ2K. So thank you for joining us, man, and we'll catch up with you this football season and talk a little ECU, Stanford, and other stuff.
Absolutely. Thank you, Clip, for continuing to bring attention to this matter. Folks, please continue to pray for Chris and his family, but also continue to give so we can eradicate this disease. But I'm glad to be on and talk about it. I really appreciate it.
All right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, former Pirate K-Mo, Kevin Monroe. And Kevin, always a good time to chat with you. We'll talk about some not so fun things today, as well as some football. But we appreciate you joining us, man.
Yeah, of course. Always good to be on Clip. And yeah, it's a tough time in Pirate Nation, but always good to be on the show.
Yeah, no doubt. And man, Kevin, we have a knowledge of ALS here, unfortunately, with Coach LeClaire, Keith LeClaire, and if you ever ask, why are you doing Mustache March, and why does Cliff Godwin hammer this, and East Carolina and the program and the fans, here's the reason why. When you see Chris Johnson on Good Morning America yesterday, and Kevin, you told me, and then we'll talk about that too, Steve Gleason, you're very familiar with him in that story as well. So this is a tough one, man, because there's a lot of scary things out there, but when you can't solve it or can't fix it, that's kind of the scariest, and that's what Chris is going through right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, Clip. I mean, I know there's all types of cancers out there, and different diseases that just kind of cripple the body and really rob you of who you once were. But I don't know that there's any worse than ALS. And I hate to say it that way because I'm sure there's things that are worse. And I don't want, this to sound bad if Chris is to hear this. I just think that it's just so scary because your mind is still sharp. Your mind is sharp the whole time. And people may not know that I played baseball at East Carolina, and I played 2 years of baseball. I played one under Coach Overton, and then I played for Coach LeClaire his first season. And so, I've got a Bible on my desk that Coach LeClaire gave all of his players, and at Western Carolina and at East Carolina. And inside it, he wrote a note to each of us. I've got his book that I keep on my desk, and he just had such an impact on my life. And I remember sitting at his bedside, in the midst of fighting this disease and having to talk to him through that computer and the delay in what you would say and what he would say back. And it was just hard to watch because you knew he was in there. You knew he was the same guy, but it just, it robs you of your faculties, and it's just a tough one. And so, for Chris, who we didn't play together. He came on campus, I think maybe 5 years after I was done. But I was still in grad school. I was still obviously on the radio. Matter of fact, I was on the sideline early in his career. I remember him as a freshman. I remember thinking, they got to move this guy to receiver. He's fast as lightning, but he won't run the ball up the middle.
Was it Wake Forest, Kevin? I kept referencing yesterday. Did he have like an 80, 85-yarder freshman year against Wake, I believe?
I think that's what it was, yeah. And he kept bouncing everything the outside. He wouldn't run up the middle. And I was like, this guy needs to go to receiver. And Junior Smith became the running backs coach, and obviously the all-time great Pirate. And as small as Junior was not afraid to run up the middle. And he took Chris under his wing, and he said, man, you got to run this football up the middle. He's like, little known fact, if you make somebody miss up the middle or break a tackle, you can still break the big one. And so he just completely changed in a year, and he started hitting that hole. And I've never seen a better individual effort than the Hawaii Bowl, where he had the 400 all-purpose yards. He was doing everything, and so you knew he was going to be special, man. And it's just a hard deal to hear him being, robbed of his ability to move. But I was glad to see him, still on Good Morning America, bringing attention to the disease, and he still sounded like himself, even though maybe he looked like a shell of himself.
Kevin Monroe joining us. We talked about how Chris Johnson got to ECU yesterday with Greg Hudson. Now, Coach Hud wasn't part of the recruitment, but knew who he was in Florida and knew his story, and got here Chris's second year. But Kevin, we probably wouldn't have seen him if he didn't break his leg in high school, right? So the Pirates kind of took a chance on a guy that would have gone somewhere else probably, but team joining us today, Pirate Radio Live. Love talking to K-Mo, and man, he's had several connections now to awful ALS with Gleason, with Coach LeClaire that he talked about, and of course, now Chris Johnson. Let's take a break. We'll come back. More to go. Hour 2. We'll talk to one of Chris Johnson's old teammates in Hour 3, Jay Sonhalter. Will join us on the show. Got coach of Chris's, Paul Troth, coming up on Wednesday. Also, Brandon Simmons on Wednesday as well. We'll also, for the first time, welcome on Darius Bell, who was drafted in the CFL draft, and getting his first taste of pro football. The former Pirate will join us on the show on Wednesday as well. More to go on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after these words.
This July 4th, celebrate America's 250th in the original Washington, where history comes to life. Festivities begin Friday, July 3rd at 4:30 p.m. with the grand opening of the city's brand new History Museum. On Saturday, kick off the day with the Founding Fathers 5K at 8 a.m., explore history exhibits, and enjoy free trolley rides from 10 to 2, and live music from 7 to 9 p.m. Then look to the skies for a spectacular fireworks show at 9:15 p.m. Come walk through 250 years of history, celebration, and community, right here in the original Washington. Learn more at visitwashingtonnc.com.
Come celebrate the next big Pirates win at the Rick House. The Rick House is Greenville and Eastern North Carolina's premier American-themed restaurant.
I'm Jeremy Shelton, General Manager at the Rick House. Come see us for a big city feel right here in Greenville. I guarantee you'll have a great experience.
We feature the very best bourbons around. Our made-from-scratch pastas are to die for, and nobody does steak like the Rick House. We also feature an early dining special from 4 to 6. Come see us at the Rick House, Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Michael's and Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michael's and Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michael's and Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michael's and Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
Looking for friendly service and hometown convenience? Make it Country Mart in Pitt County. Country Mart is your one-stop shop for fresh hot food, cold drinks, snacks, fuel, and everyday essentials, all with the fast, friendly service you can count on. And now with 3 locations. A brand new Country Mart is now open on Highway 11 right across from Aiden Griffin High School. From breakfast biscuits to afternoon pick-me-ups and the best fuel prices in town, Country Mart keeps Pitt County moving. Country Mart, local, convenient, and always friendly.
Is your car making strange noises? Or that check engine light still won't go away? At Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service in Greenville, we take the stress out of car care, from quick oil changes to full service repairs. And diesel truck service too. Our certified technicians deliver high quality work without the high dealership prices. No guesswork, no pressure. Just honest, dependable service to get you back on the road with confidence. Don't let a small issue turn into a costly repair. Stop by today or schedule your service now. Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service. Keeping Greenville moving.
When it comes to protecting your home, don't gamble with just any roofer. Trust the pros at the Boone Group Roofing. Locally owned by Toot Boone, they've been serving all of Eastern North Carolina with honest, high-quality roofing you can count on. They offer no money down, and every job is backed by a 5-year workmanship warranty, because your roof should be done right the first time. Don't wait. Call today at 252-714-0021 for a roof that's built to last and service you can trust. The Boone Group Roofing is on top of their game. The Toot Boone Boogie.
Listen up, friends. Operation Pizza is a go at Papa John's. They're introducing new personal pizzas just in time to celebrate the premiere of Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 5. These adventure-sized pies come in new exciting flavors like Sheriff's Roundup, Space Ranger Roni, and Reach for the Pie, and specialty Rootin' Tootin' Ranch Dippin' Sauce. Or take your personal pizza to infinity and beyond by creating your own flavor just for you. Order 2 or more with Papa pairings and get yours for only $6.99 each. See Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 5 in theaters June 19th. Rated PG.
CopyPro, the professional office systems people, have been serving Eastern North Carolina since 1971. From Greenville to Wilmington, businesses trust CopyPro for reliable technology, award-winning service, and top brands like Konica Minolta and Ricoh. Need multi-function printers, document management, or network solutions? CopyPro delivers powerful tools backed by certified technicians and a team dedicated to your success. CopyPro, professional people, professional systems, powerful results. Visit copypro.net or call 756-3175 today.
Ahoy, Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Steve. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now, powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. You can book today at AA.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. PGV, where the pirates fly. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you. Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Shirley Rhodes, the Big Dog, Glenn Griffin, and Left Side. Strong Side.
What's up, Chandler? How you?
What up, folks? I'll give it an 8.
An 8. All right. Thanks, Wes.
That was a good one, Sean.
Thank you, man.
A lot of compliments for Kevin Monroe. Skip said Kevin has always been a class act. Blake said, good dude. Thank you, bro. Jamie said, why not? Why did ECU not extend an offer to his son? It's nuts. Blake says we didn't have enough money. I don't think, from what I understand, that's the reason. ECU was pretty full on tight ends, from what I gather, and did not show much interest, but they are showing interest in the youngest Monroe son. So hopefully we can get that bloodline back here with us, the legacy. That'd be awesome to see. Do you have something, Glenn?
I was going to mention something that I put out on our social media, a clip from that Kevin Monroe interview that I thought was a moment that was very cool when he showed the Bible that Keith LeClaire gave him in his first year coaching ECU baseball. I thought that was very cool, man. Just to see that moment and to see the care that he has and that just how much he understands that situation. I just thought it was awesome, man.
And I mean, that's why, Cliff and all those guys from that era are so passionate about it, because of the man that Keith LeClaire was. Chan, man, good to see you last night at the Buck at Sports Trivia. That was a fun game.
That was.
Good comeback by your team.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And we were down Zach Kaplan. Cole, who has been an addition to our team the last, I would say, 6 months, who is a really good sports knower. He knows his stuff. He actually had to work behind the bar last night, and so we didn't have him for like half of the game. It was me and Robbie Hill, and I think Joe Wilkins kind of chimed in a little bit. But we had a dominant third round. Some other teams did not, and so we were able to walk out victors last night.
So I kind of do a format. Round 1 is usually birthdays and on this day. Round 2, I come up with a category each week. Last night, I decided to go red, white, and blue because July 4th is coming up, and had some Miami of Ohio, Red Sox, Blue Jays, White Sox, Blue Bombers, Blue Demons, things like that. Round 3 is just kind of random what I see during the week, and I'll see a crazy stat.
Usually multiple answers.
Sports facts, yeah, and I'll screenshot it if I see it and get it ready. But like I was pumped about round 3 last night because it was like tough, but it was not impossible to answer. So I want to run some by the big dog if he would like to participate.
Yes, sir. Let's see what he's got.
And Shirley, you can guess this one too as well, because I found this interesting. There is only one power conference. Sorry, folks. ACC, SEC, Big 10, Big 12 school that is not Nike, Jordan Brand, Adidas, or Under Armour. They use New Balance, and their football team, it's an ACC school, their football team won the Atlantic Division in 05, 07, and 08. Name that school.
Boston College.
That is correct.
Damn.
Did you already know it?
Yeah, I knew it when you said New Balance.
Okay.
You didn't have to say ACC.
Robbie did a good job last night of the context clues. He was like, hey, that was around the year Matt Ryan was very dominant, I believe, winning that division, going to the ACC championship. So I was kind of second guessing him. He was like, no, I'm pretty sure this is it. Boston College was the answer.
All right, this one's a bit convoluted. I'll try. We can try to give you the clues, Glenn. So Giannis was the third longest tenured player with one team before he left for Miami. Can you name the 5 players that have been with the same team for 11 plus years? 2 of them have scored 70 plus points in a game. Who would they? Who?
Joker.
Well, Joker is one.
Mm-hmm. I want to say.
Do you know? Can you name the 70 plus points guys?
The 70 plus points guys. Is it, so these are consecutive years?
Yeah. Yep. Been with the same team.
70 points.
And there's also
Devin Booker.
Booker is one.
The
other guys in the Eastern Conference.
It's not Jalen Brunson.
Nope.
It's not Trae Young.
Let's wait on that one, and let's go with the 2 Western Conference guys that are NBA champions that have been with their team for 11 plus years. That should be pretty easy.
SGA? Is he in there? No.
Some old heads.
It's Steph
and
Clay?
No.
Draymond.
And then you're missing one Eastern Conference guy that scored 70 points that's been with his team 11 plus years. He was a number 1 overall pick,
I believe.
And just to move it along.
I can't get it.
Can I give you the college?
Yeah.
Went to Kansas.
Which I don't remember really how he did in college.
Yeah, I don't remember this. So
Joel Embiid.
Oh, okay. Wait, he just sorry, Philly fans, but non-factors are hard to remember.
Yeah.
And I feel like he is aging out. Like we were just talking about in the break, like Dame. Like if it was, it's been Dame time seems like it was 20 years ago.
I know, and I was a huge fan.
We were both were.
When he left for Milwaukee, I kind of lost my fandom, and honestly have not really paid attention to him since. This one was really random. Since Jaylen Brown entered the league 10 years ago, he has 523 wins. That's regular season and postseason. That's the most in that time span. Steph, Draymond, Joker, Giannis also in that top 14. And I said, name 4 other players that are on the list for most wins. Do you want to try to throw out a few?
I think the average correct answers on this one from the 4 teams last night was like what, 1.5?
2. Yeah.
What is your time frame?
Last 10 years. Who has 445 plus wins?
Joker.
He's already on.
Is already Steph, Draymond, Joker, Giannis, Jaylen Brown already kind of set.
Already set.
Yeah.
Okay. SGA.
No.
I'm going to throw a weird one out there.
So there's a few.
Is it LeBron and Luka?
So LeBron's up there. Luka's not.
Is it like
Well, think Jaylen Brown.
Kyrie Irving? Is he in there?
No.
No.
Who would be with Jaylen Brown?
Tatum.
And
Al Horford has been on a lot of winning teams.
Horford is in there.
He's been on a lot of. I was going to think Horford, Porzingis, like dudes that have just been bigs on great teams.
There is a big. Brook Lopez is on this list.
Once again, like he's been on good teams.
Rudy Gobert is on this list.
Yep.
The other big name is James Harden, but then you got Tobias Harris, Drew Holiday.
Once again, like he's been around,
and Pascal Siakam is on this list. That was a kind of random.
I guess
question.
he was part of the Pacers run and the Raptors run at the same time. So yeah,
I'll do that.
Big Dog.
Going NFL here.
2 NFL records were broken in 2012 and still stand to this day. Name the players. One of them had 1,964 receiving yards, which is an all-time record in 2012.
Still holds it to this day.
The other had 39 tackles for loss, which is still a record to this day.
Randy Moss and Michael Strahan. No,
you're in like 2010 or 20.
I'm a few years back.
You go a little.
Yeah, you're in the late 2000s.
Is it Megatron?
It is Megatron.
Yes.
Well done.
Okay.
And 39 tackles for loss.
He's a monster of a human being.
And his brother is a great player in the NFL as well.
Oh, JJ
Watt. Very good. There are some of the questions from last night. How'd you do, Chandler? You got the name the African countries ish that made this year's World Cup and used the first letter of the country's name to spell the word mice. MICE.
Morocco, Ivory Coast, Congo, Egypt.
Very good.
Nice.
And you actually got them. You were kind of struggling through it, but you got them.
And I was very proud to get the Joe Flacco and Richard Gannon question, and that's because there was
Rich Gannon.
Oh, sorry, Rich Gannon.
Richard. I've never heard him called Richard.
Sorry. I got government names here. There was a trivia question brought to my attention probably a month or two ago, and that was one of the answers. So I can't remember the question. Anyway.
What was that?
That was one of my. I'm gonna start telling a story and then just not tell the rest.
You're talking about
kind of get a Kawhi
multiple quarterbacks from the same college starting in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I need to play back what you just did though, because I wasn't paying attention.
I forgot how the question was worded.
John, did you consider at all going to Aiden Hill in the third period, or was there any conversation you thought about it?
Christ, that could be the stupidest question I've heard.
I thought he said Sean at the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
John, did you consider at all
Sean, did
going
you
to
consider
Aiden Hill?
not telling that story and just scrapping it?
I thought that was the Jacob Jenkins Coward. It sounded like him.
Come on, John.
Sean, did you consider?
Come on, Sean.
Come on, Chad.
Maybe how?
Come on, Sean.
Come on, Chad. Oh boy. Good stuff. Chandler Honeycutt here. We'll talk to Jay Sonhalter coming up in a moment. Sean, how's your world going, buddy?
It's going good. I'm still trying to process the news from yesterday with Chris Johnson. So that's been on my mind a lot. But other than that, things are going really well, especially in the sales department. So we're getting excited for another ECU football season. And it's coming right here to... All the coverage is going to be right here on the Voice of the Pirate Nation, and we're going to have you getting ready for ECU football on September 5th on the Bud Light pregame tailgate as we get you ready for ECU versus Alabama.
Wow.
And I'm planning on being in Tuscaloosa, bringing the coverage there. So very excited about that experience and just excited about the season as a whole. So excited to see who the quarterback's going to be. So we don't know that for a fact, and we should know that in a couple months. But very excited.
Who's our quarterback?
I'm a little nervous because this is the probably highest on the vibe check scale I've been going into a season. But let's get a late June, last day of June vibe check. ECU football. Where are you sitting right now?
7.8.
Yeah. Okay, that's a fair number. What would your number be for the NFC South champions, the Carolina Panthers?
Oh, man. I don't know if it's...
It better be lower than 7.
No, it definitely is. I'm going to go probably like a 6.4. I will go above a 5 just because of the success we had last year. The question is can we continue that success? And it's just it's weird to see and go into an off season after making the playoffs. And the question is how can you kind of bounce back from that and continue that success? And very excited about the additions we made on defense with Devin Lloyd and Jalen Phillips and some others. So I am excited, but I don't want to get my expectations too high.
I'm thinking I'm at like an 8.1 for ECU football.
Nice.
I think we're and again, like there's a lot of question marks, but I think the schedule is favorable. You get App State at home. We got to win that game. ODU won 10 games last year. I think they take a step down. I think App State's not the same team we've come across our last few meetings either. They seem to have taken many steps back.
You talking about App State?
Yeah, I'm talking App State has taken steps back. I think ODU has a bit of a letdown after 10 wins.
No, I think the ODU game, as we've known in the past, has always been like the Pirates squeak by. It's like a one-possession game. It's a one-score game. App State, this kind of feels like Charlotte, where Charlotte, had our number for the first 2 years we played them, and then we dominated them this past year for homecoming.
Blake Harrell's first time as head coach against them,
and this will be the first time he's the head coach facing App State. So, and I could see this, and hopefully I'm right, but taking care of the Mountaineers pretty handily on September 12th.
Let's take a break. When we return, Jay Sonhalter will join us on the program. It is hilarious, by the way, if you Google these guys' names and see the pictures beside them, that's definitely not Jay Sonhalter.
Who is that?
And then I Googled Dakota Marshall earlier today, and it was some white dude. So it's kind of funny looking back at who the pictures are beside these guys. We'll talk to Jay about some of the fun memories and moments being a teammate of Chris Johnson, and have more for you. Shirley, as we go to break, let's go caller 4, 317-1250. After all, it is Two Winner Tuesday. So we will give away tickets right now to the Down East Bird Dogs. We got 2 tickets for you and lunch for 2 at Tiebreakers. 317-1250 is the number. If you are caller 4, you are a winner on Two Winner Tuesday. We're back, hour 3 after this timeout.
Hey Pirate Nation, Frank Etheridge here with First Flight Credit Union. Ready to save money on your current automobile loan? Right now, our road to savings couldn't be faster. At First Flight, we're making borrowing easy with our limited time auto refinance promotion. Apply today at one of our branches located in Greenville, Newbern, Havelock, Morehead City, and Cary to see how one of our experienced lenders can beat your current auto loan rate by 0.5%. All local residents are membership eligible. Terms and conditions do apply. First Flight is insured by the NCUA and an equal housing lender. Go Pirates!
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Arr!
Looking for a zero-turn mower? Buy what the pros buy, where the pros buy at Ron Ayers Motorsports, your local authorized Hustler dealer. Shop the full lineup of Hustler residential zero-turn mowers, known for their reliability, speed, and heavy-duty build quality. Hustler mowers all feature thick fabricated decks, one-piece steel frames, and Hustler's trademark smooth track steering. Come see us today at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
You've had your new computer a few years now, but lately it's been running super slow, acting strange, and you're worried about viruses and losing data.
This is driving me mad!
Let the experts at University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern professionally diagnose your Mac or PC to see what's really going on. They'll determine the root cause and not just symptoms, so you don't waste money fixing the wrong issues. Call 252-558-1280 for in-store or remote service, or make an appointment online at universitypccare.com.
In Beaufort County, success is built together. The Washington Beaufort County Chamber of Commerce connects leaders, supports local businesses, and helps our community thrive. From networking to community events, the Chamber is building a stronger Beaufort County every day. Get involved, grow your network, and help shape the future of beautiful Washington.
For more information on the Washington Beaufort County Chamber of Commerce, including future events and membership, visit wbcchamber.com.
UB and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in downtown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Phelps Chevrolet is the dealer to see, for a car or a truck or an SUV. The best service and quality, that's the Phelps guarantee. Phelps Chevrolet, the name you can trust. Phelps Chevrolet, you can count on us. The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina since 1937. Shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, Greenville's #1 dealership and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. And congratulations to Blake Henderson of Greenville. He was our Bird Dog winner, so he wins tickets to any Downey's Bird Dogs game of his choice and lunch for two at Tiebreakers. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, and guess what? We've got more to give away. 2 more tickets to the Bird Dogs and lunch for two at Chico's. Looking forward to giving that away later on this hour. Real quick, Jamie says, Clip is always most optimistic this time of year for football. He likes to lead up to the season more than the season. The second part is true. I don't know if I'm always optimistic, but like I said, I'm very excited about this football season, and we'll see how excited our next guest is, as we'll talk to him about some current Pirate football and Pirate football in the past. Was a young Chandler Honeycutt a Jay Sonhalter fan? Chan man?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially 2006.
Yes, sir. Jay Sonhalter joining us on the Turner Home Team Live line. Jay, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Clip. Yeah, good to talk to you guys. We're almost to football season.
We're getting there. And Jay, when I was lining you up on the phone there, I said, long time no see. And then I said, well, I take that back. I see you on TV and calling games. Just hadn't seen you in person, but you called multiple sports for ECU, right?
Yeah. And I wish we were still having some sports going on now. The basketball season ended in late February, March, and then we had baseball, but it seems like, we have to have something starting up soon.
No doubt.
Been down there a lot for games. So.
Yeah, this is where are you living now, Jay?
I'm in Raleigh, so I'm not too far away. So live right by the airport. So
good deal.
Pretty easy drive to head down to Greenville.
Well, Jay, reaching out to old teammates, coaches, and folks that covered Chris Johnson. We saw yesterday morning his chat with Michael Strahan on Good Morning America, and just the shock of seeing him like that and how ALS can affect you so quickly. And man, I mean, again, like a tip-top shape athlete, top of the world, and what it can do to you. And Jay, I know I'm sure you had the same shock we all had when you saw that.
Yeah, it was devastating. And just, so many thoughts came to me as, nothing is guaranteed. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. And, the first thing I thought about is you just feel for Chris and his family, and just, obviously the devastation of what it's done to his health. And just, my initial thought was to pray for him and pray for his family. And, and through that interview, you saw, his fight and his mindset, and that's the CJ that we know, that mentality that he's going to fight it and that he's going to try to do something positive with such a hard situation. And, he's going to find different ways to try to get better and maintain time with his kids and his family. But it just broke my heart. It just broke my heart. And I think if everybody feels that way, and everybody's coming together to support him, from reaching out to him to praying for him to being there for him in every way, because everybody, I think knows the magnitude of how it's changed his life, and just seeing him like that from the way he used to be when he was at ECU or in the NFL, and seeing that, I think it makes everybody take a step back and just realize, we're all blessed, and things can be taken away from us very quickly.
Well said, Jay. Jay Sonhalter joining us. And, Chris had such a great NFL career, and you can kind of get detached from ECU. But, man, it felt like he was, and he was really, coming back to the university. And even, of course, he did stuff during his NFL time, but he was actually going to maybe do some podcasting here with us, him and Andre Allison. And we were able to talk to Andre throughout the entire season last year. But we didn't know, what kind of had happened to Chris. And unfortunately, it was this. It was him, coming down with this awful disease. And we learned that unfortunately on Monday. But Jay, it's been awesome to see the outpouring of guys that played in your era and guys that knew him. And we'll talk about some positive and some fun and great memories of them. But to see you guys and how much that brotherhood still matters to y'all is pretty special to see.
It is. I mean, there's so many memories. You go back with Chris and with our teammates that are so special to me. And honestly, I mean, they feel like they're yesterday. It doesn't feel like we were there that long ago. But time just goes by so fast. But it brings so much, happiness when you see guys, later on in life. And I'll see them at games or see them everywhere, and just to feel the outreach and everybody reaching out to me yesterday. And just really kind of drawing back closer together to support him. But there is nothing like, our fans and our people in Greenville and throughout, where everybody is living with, that's a Pirate, it's in North Carolina and beyond. Everybody, it's a close-knit community, and that's what makes our school so special. And, the players, the fans, everybody's behind it. But I mean, I could feel that, and, and I sure hope he can feel that too, because it's real.
Well, yeah, we've been talking about some awesome moments, and Chandler, you brought up the catch and run against North Carolina yesterday, which is one of my all-time favorite games, because I don't know if I realized it at the time, like the amount of great players on the field. North Carolina had Brandon Tate and Hakeem Nicks on their side, and Chris Johnson, and on that play. And I want to ask Jay what it's like but that it seemed like Chris, I don't want to say he didn't need blockers, but it looked like he almost outran his blockers and then just outran the defense and outran everybody. But Jay, what was it like, blocking for a guy like that? Man, you have your head up, you block your guy, and then you see a glimpse of somebody blazing past you, I guess.
As soon as Jay puts his hands on the guy he needs to block, Chris Johnson's 20 yards down the field.
Yeah. Well, what was it like blocking for that guy?
Yeah, no, guys, it's true. I mean, the feeling that you had in the huddle was, if you just give him a crease, he's gone. And as somebody, my senior year, I moved more to H-back, fullback. Before that, I was strictly tight end. But, my senior year, I was basically fullback when we were running two backs. So I was with him in the backfield, and if you gave him a lane, like, he was gone, and you knew that the defense couldn't keep up. Like, they had no shot. So you just had to get pushed, get a body on a body, and he was going to take it the distance. But you felt so much confidence in a huddle with him because he could take it. He truly, like, so many people say, oh, this guy could hit a home run or he could take it all the way. No, Chris really could. And whether that was on a screen pass or on a running play, his speed made guys that ran a 4.4 look slow. I mean, he had an extra gear, and at the combine he ran the 4.24, but I feel like he could have run in the 4.1. If he had another run or whatever. He was that fast. I mean, he was track speed, like Olympic speed fast. He really was. But blocking for him was just so much fun because he was so talented. The defense had fear when he was on the field. And the other thing about him was, I think people could tell this, but out in the field, he was so versatile. He had great hands. He could play slot wide receiver. He did his junior year. He was so smart football wise with blocking schemes and assignments that we used to talk, mid-play or after play, what we were seeing on certain plays and how somebody was lining up against us or taking on blocks. And he was just such an asset to me, but, the whole team as far as, just his football skills and knowledge. But he was somebody that's special that obviously in the NFL, he did the same thing.
Jay, let's go back to 2004. A freshman from Orlando, Florida comes to Greenville to play for the Pirates. His name is Chris Johnson. Could you tell when he got to school here, when he got on campus, started practicing, could you tell that he was going to be special? Could you just see the talent level there from day one with him?
Yeah, it was evident. And I came in, so I was in the spring before. And then, so him and our last game was the Hawaii Bowl year. And I was a red shirt and, I transferred in. He came in as a true freshman and played 4 years. But we graduated after the Hawaii Bowl the same time. But when he came in as a freshman, my locker was across from him. So it's kind of, me, the running backs, tight ends were in the same area. So I saw him the first day he came in and, all throughout the workouts and practice when John Thompson was there. And as a freshman, he played running back, but he also returned kicks. But you could just see the speed. And he was lighter than, we all gained weight throughout college, but he was strong. And I mean, that's another thing. I don't know how much people know about that, but he was really strong in the weight room. I mean, he could lift as much as anybody. And he had that speed that you could tell was different. And you knew that he was going to be, he was going to turn into something special. I mean, that he was very easy to tell he had skills and a talent that was unique. So very evident. I knew that. But I mean, the other thing with him too is he just had a personality early on. Everybody gravitated to. When he was a freshman, all the seniors loved him, I mean, it was very easy. He was a light to every room he walked into. And I know you guys know that too from covering him. He was just so enjoyable to be around.
Yeah, I actually was going to mention, like, if I remember correctly, I don't know if he really liked talking to the media, didn't like talking much in public, and especially to reporters like us. But how was he vocally in the locker room? And I guess you kind of answered the question there, but how?
And I'll say this too, Chandler. I was a little surprised that Greg Hudson yesterday said he was the kind of guy that would go sit in his office, and him and Hud played games with each other. Hud would put Forte or Kevin Smith stats up on Chris Johnson's locker, but Hud said, like, around the team and stuff, he was very very vocal.
Yeah. So just tell us from your perspective, Jay.
Well, I think early on, I think just. Myself, I mean, I just kind of grew as I got older. But, for him in the locker room, I mean, he was always, kind of outgoing. And I agree with Hud. Everybody gravitated towards him, and it didn't matter. It's funny because when you're in a certain position, of course, he hangs out with the running backs all the time. But, you have friends that are offensive linemen and, the kickers and everybody, and you hang out with those guys. And, like, he was outgoing. He was fun. He was, he was just a great guy that everybody loved. But, yeah, he was outgoing, from early on. He kind of grew into that more as he got older. But he was always outgoing and had that personality that was, kind of magnetic and got along. And he was with Marvin Towns and Art Brown early on. So those are kind of old players at his position, Jason Pender and Beal. So those were great mentors for him. But yeah, he was always kind of CJ, just younger CJ, and then kind of kept growing throughout.
I've talked a lot this week and in the past too, Jay, about his between his 2006 and 2007 season, because he has talked about that. Skip Holtz has talked about it. Greg Hudson about how I guess him and Skip had a couple of come to Jesus meetings. Chris has talked about how he thought about transferring, things like that. But just how hard he worked that off season to get ready for his final college season. And do you remember that, Jay? Kind of like you said, you knew the talent from day one, but that guy he turned into that final off season that really put him into the stratosphere and made him a first round pick.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I think that's a testament to the other players at the position and to the depth of that room that, Chris was always a star, but it wasn't like he was getting 30 carries a game as a freshman and sophomore. He was having to share the load and contribute on special teams. And I believe his junior year had a little bit of injuries, and he was running back, but also moved to wide receiver, because he was great. And, we had so many guys who want to get on the field.
We'll talk to Brandon Simmons tomorrow. You got to get Big Brandon some carries, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was a powerhouse in the backfield. Yeah, he was great, and he was part of that punch with him and Dominique Lindsay and CJ, and all those guys. And I know they've got a special bond. But yeah, tell B Sim I said hey. But Chris put on more weight, going into his senior year, and I think just thinking of that time, that was his last year, and I think he just wanted to go out, the best way possible, and as a senior leadership role captain and having his biggest year, and he kind of had done everything, special teams, wide receiver, running back, but I think everything just like really came together for him to have a huge year, but also to the end of that year, what he did in the Hawaii Bowl and the way, he really his trajectory just kept going up and up and up. And the way he finished it off, I think, is a testament to his hard work, how much he cared, and also, wanting to make and take it to the next level and prove he could be the best running back, in college, but also in the NFL. And yeah, I mean, I just remember all those big moments he had, and you're blocking for him and you're playing with him, and you're like, he's the best. There's nobody better than him. I mean, he's doing stuff that is special. And I've seen interviews where he said he was the 5th running back taken, and he used that as motivation. And that's who he was. He was better than those guys, but he used that as motivation to continue to raise his game. And he was a hard worker, great teammate, everything you would want, and everybody genuinely loved him. And that's what makes him so special.
We're talking to Jay Sonhalter, Sonny, today on the Turner Home Team Live line, and we'll circle back and talk more CJ2K. But I want to ask about yourself, Jay, and then some of your other teammates and coaches real quick. So I've talked to you several times, Jay. I never saw this. I'm looking at your bio. So Phillip Rivers' father was your coach in high school. Is that right?
Yeah. So I only played 1 year of high school football.
Wow.
And so what happened? It's a long story, but to condense it, basically I went out for football my senior year because I didn't want to have the regrets of never playing football. And Phillip Rivers' dad had moved into Raleigh when Phillip went to NC State. He was there my junior year. And then I didn't want to regret never playing, so I played my senior year. And how that kind of came about was I was playing baseball and basketball, and I ended up not making this baseball team that would have been in the fall. That was like a showcase team.
Wow!
So when that didn't work out, it was a blessing in disguise. That didn't work out. That enabled me to play football, and then from there, nobody big recruited me. So I went to Wingate, transferred after my first season, came to UC, walked on. Then redshirted, then played, then got on scholarship, and went from there. But yeah, it's one of those things you look back on, you're just thankful everything worked out the way it did.
Jay's a humble guy, but that was a very unintentional brag that, I played 1 year of football and then went D1. And I mean, you're a hell of an athlete, a four sport athlete. What'd you do in track, Jay?
I didn't place in the 100 or 200. I did that.
hey, you were out there. You were trying.
How are you in basketball, Jay? Because we were talking about football and basketball players earlier on the program.
Yeah.
I love basketball. I love basketball. 6'4", 6'5", probably wasn't tall enough to do a big, but I did love basketball. So I now if I go out there, I'll pull a muscle, but I used to be able to do something on the court.
And I'm looking at your 2007 numbers. So, and a lot of you guys grow exponentially when you get to college. So it says 6'5", 249. Were you like a rail thin guy that beefed up, or were you always a beefy fella?
Yeah, no, I was 190 my senior year.
Man.
And then I ate and lifted my way up to eventually 250. But yeah, I think when I got to ECU, I was 230, 235, and I put on about 20 pounds throughout my time there. But I put on a lot of weight from high school from kind of 19 to 20 years old. But I was always skinny, and it was always a struggle putting on weight, and now it's a struggle losing weight. So.
Yeah, circle of life.
yeah. So now it's coming back on me, but yeah, it was tough. I had a lot of protein shakes and a lot of lifting to get up to.
Former ECU tight end Bryce Williams, who usually joins us on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live,
had a baby.
Just had a baby. Congratulations, by the way, Bryce. But he tells the story all the time of like setting alarm clocks at like 2 or 3 in the morning,
middle of the night,
to eat peanut butter to try to gain weight.
Because he was tall. In fact, they call him Slim 80, and he got pretty built. But his frame. It's all about the frame. Jay apparently was able to put on more weight than Bryce Williams could. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't do the peanut butter schedule. That's a good strategy. But I just ate it. I just had 2 shakes, ate all the things. I mean, I remember. We had weigh-ins where we get in trouble if we didn't hit a certain weight at ECU.
Oh man!
So I had to eat a lot, and then the trick there is you drink a lot of water before you weigh in.
There you go.
To get an extra couple pounds. So that's how I got stayed out of trouble in the doghouse.
Jay, I want to ask you about some guys, and you said that Chris Johnson, you could tell from day one, was special. How about you as an old veteran? Could you tell that young 17, Dwayne Harris, my all-time favorite Pirate, was a special guy?
Yeah, he was different too. He had similar to Chris. Very, you knew he was going to be special. And a lot of fans probably don't remember this. He came in as a quarterback, and so he was a scout team quarterback his freshman year. And they kind of move him around. Then after he redshirted, he moved to wide receiver. But he was in the quarterback room when he was redshirting, and but he had a strong arm. I mean, he had as strong as arm as anybody, and but his speed and his just with him, Chris's speed was completely different than anybody I've ever seen. Dwayne was fast, but his football kind of awareness and his ability to make people miss was what made him different. But yeah, he was another guy you're like, okay, he's going to the NFL.
I always say like Justin Hardy, and it's a debate, but I'll give him like the best receiver I've seen at ECU probably, but Dwayne Harris, the best football player. I feel like Dwayne Harris could have played pretty much any position.
He's like a playmaker.
Yeah.
And Dwayne also had he was very, as all of us were skinny when we came in, he put on muscle and weight, but you're right. He could have played running back, quarterback, wide receiver, defense. I mean, he was a physical player too. He's not like most wide receivers that get hit and stop. He'll run through.
Oh yeah.
And it kills me to this day. With all the explosive returns he had, whether it was punt return or kick return, he never had one for a touchdown. And that was kind of like a Mandela effect where I was like, I'm pretty sure he had one, but he never did. But man,
he would break 5 to 6 at least tackles on every punt return, but never got the TD, unfortunately.
Well, I was on the kickoff return team when he was there, so that's our fault.
Is it still true? Travis Williams, the last Pirate to have a punt return for a touchdown? I know we've had kick returns.
Yeah, that might be true.
I can't remember. Have we had one recently? I'll have to look it up. A couple other guys I want to ask you about. I call him the most underrated quarterback in ECU history. I would have loved to have seen, if he had a better O-line around him. And I was very glad he did get to play in a bowl game. But James Pinckney, you played with a couple of Pinckneys. But how about James? You said rocket arm for Dwayne. James could spin it too, right?
Yeah, he could spin it. James was so tough. I mean, he was tough. He could get hit and get back up. Leader. He was big and physical. I don't know if you guys remember this one, and I wasn't there for, but when he went to the combine, Calvin Johnson used his shoes. I don't know if you remember that.
That's yes. Okay, yeah.
Do you guys remember that?
I've heard that story. I'd forgotten about it, but it rings a bell. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but anyways, he was a great leader, and I think he's a guy that it's so hard to make the NFL. There's so many guys that don't make it that could be there. I think he could have been a great. He could have played in the NFL for many years if it would have worked out right for him. But he was a special player. But yeah, with James, he was a leader. Everybody liked him, and that's what I would say for so many for all these guys. Everybody loves him. Like there was no enemies or rivalries or everybody on our team. And that's why I think during my years why the teams are so good and why it kind of came out of the Thompson era. From not winning to winning big. Was because everybody got along and just such great guys and coaches.
A couple other names. I apologize to Bryce Williams, so I'll apologize to you, Jay. You're not my favorite ECU tight end of all time. That would be Devon Drew, and that's because I saw him a little bit in high school. New Bern guy, and I just like the way he did his business on the field and kind of did his talking with his play. And I was a big Devon Drew. Another guy that came in as a QB, I believe. But how about Devon as a teammate?
Yeah, so Drew was an awesome teammate. He was a quarterback, and he came in from New Bern High as a quarterback. And when he was doing that while he was redshirting, I mean, he had for his size, I mean, his cutting ability. I mean, it was similar to all these guys, Dwayne, and just the ability to make people miss. And he was doing that from the quarterback position with his size. So when he moved over to tight end, obviously, he was learning a new position, and it took time to learn that and just the block and everything. But I was just always amazed with Drew, just with his ability to pick up a new position and use his talents that he had to really take those skills and move them to being an excellent receiving tight end and be able to block and being so versatile. But he's a guy just everybody loved and friends with everybody. And I was in the same room with him, so I've got a great relationship with.
That's good to hear. Yeah, and Jay, finally, Greg Hudson joins us on the show. He calls them Jedi mind tricks that he would do on the players if things were going too good. He would make sure guys would come back down to earth. He said that he would start friction. He said the D-line was doing fine at practice, but he'd go over to Coach Rock Rogeman and say, "What's up with your guys today? They're really loafing." And Rock would say, "Really?" And he'd say, "Yeah." And then he said Rock would go over there and cuss him out, and Hud would just laugh at it. And then he said he would do all kinds of stuff like that. But did he ever screw around with you guys on offense? You got any good Coach Hud stories from back in the day?
He loved us, and he loved me because he used to call me Bronco Nagurski.
I could see that. He loves nicknames. I could see that.
We do one-on-one tackling drills with the linebackers, and He always kind of befriended us because he wanted us to, in practice, take his line, make it difficult on us. So he was like great with me, and he'd always, get me up there and tell me to run through him and run him over and everything. Same with Coach Rock. I mean, those two were, tied at the hip on defense, and they'd actually always love the offensive guys because they wanted to put pressure on the defensive guys.
And credit to y'all because you saw the early kind of iteration of it, but man, 08 and 09, those defenses, Jay, they turned into a special unit, man.
Well, that's what takes. That's what takes even this year's team. Of course you have to have good offense, but if you can have a special defense, that's what's going to allow you to win the league. And those guys developed into that, and he was a big part of it.
What are your thoughts on Pirate football? It's so hard to tell with all the roster turnover, but what we do know is we got a good head coach, right, Jay? So, what do you think about the 2026 Pirates?
Well, I have high hopes. So my thoughts are similar to you. You don't really know the roster, so I'm giving my thoughts based off of belief in Blake Harrell, belief in having a great defense, the schedule, and knowing that we do have talent and knowing that he'll put it together. But I think that, seeing the bowl game last year and just how we finished off the season and how bad we wanted that game, what we were able to do with our schemes on defense, what Blake drew up, it was the way you finished that season, the outcome was just so much momentum going into this offense, and this offseason, even though we have so many new faces, I think the keys will obviously be, having a quarterback that emerges, that protects the football, finding new pieces to put into those schemes. I have faith that that's going to happen. But you look at the schedule, if things click right, there's an opportunity to have a special season. I think we're going to be really good. It just depends. Do we click and everything happens where, you win the conference, or are we just really good? But I think we have a chance to be great this year. But it's just awesome having Blake as our head coach. I mean, I know everybody agrees. It just talks about, what a great guy is off the field and on the field and how he represents us. But, my belief is in him. I expect to have, another great year. And I think we have the chance to have a special year. It's just, with all teams has to come together. But I believe in the group and think we have a chance this year.
Jay, been awesome talking to you, man. Didn't plan on going this long, but we got rolling. So we appreciate you joining us. We'll keep in touch and talk more football with you. But wanted to get you on today, of course, to talk about your old teammate CJ2K and also some of your Pirate memories. So thank you so much, Jay. And like I said, we'll get up with you again down the road, bud.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. And just with Chris, we're all praying for him, and I hope he feels the love from everybody, because he's a special guy, and we know he's going through a lot. But we're all thinking about him. I know all Pirates feel that way. So thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Jay. There is Jay Sonhalter. That was fun, man. Going back
awesome.
to some of those days and some of my favorite Pirate players when I was kind of just getting out of school, doing some stuff with Pirate Radio, and eventually jumping on with Pirate Radio. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Tell you what, Shirley, as we do, we'll go ahead and make a winner right now. 317-1250. We'll go caller 4, 317-1250. 2 tickets to the Down East Bird Dogs and lunch for 2 at Chico's. You can be a winner if you are caller 4. Mbappe scores, but they said he was offsides, so no goal for France. It is 0-0 in the 29th minute as they take on Sweden. All right, back with you. More Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday after this.
Here at the Holistic Company, we know that life throws you its fair share of curveballs. Like passing that drug test? Congrats. Now you can finally relax, kick back, and, well, light one up. You've earned it. With weekly events like trivia, karaoke, comedy, open mic, movie night, and, of course, all your favorites. Flour, merch, carts, edibles, and wellness products. Whatever you need to legally take the edge off, we've got your vibe covered. Order online at theholisticco.com or visit us at 5th and Evans in Greenville or at one of our other 2 locations in Fremont or Smithfield. The Holistic Company.
The crack of the bat. The crowd roars. Baseball is back in Kinston's historic Granger Stadium. Come cheer on your Down East Bird Dogs.
The Bird Dogs return to action this Independence Day weekend against the New Jersey Jackals. Don't miss the fireworks Saturday night after the game. Find your tickets at downeastbirddogs.com.
We got the bases covered when it comes to having fun. Watch the Down East Bird Dogs play.
Looking for a night out that's a little different? At Encino Mexican Steakhouse. Bold Mexican flavors meet premium steakhouse tradition. Sink your knife into perfectly cooked, hand-cut steaks. Savor rich, authentic dishes inspired by Mexican culinary heritage and pair it all with a handcrafted cocktail. Encino Mexican Steakhouse, where Mexican flavor meets steakhouse perfection. On Memorial Drive in Greenville or online at EncinoRestaurant.com.
Did you know Greenville has its own semi-pro soccer team? Greenville United FC is bringing exciting, high-level soccer to Eastern North Carolina with local talent. Whether you're a lifelong soccer fan or just looking for a great night out, Greenville United has a seat waiting for you at John Paul II Stadium. For schedules, tickets, and more information, visit greenvilleutd.com. Greenville United FC. One region, one team, always united.
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children.
Hey everybody, this is Parker Bird. Visit our friends at Children's Health Services on Arlington Boulevard on 10th Street and at childrenshealthservices.org. Go Pirates.
Hello, friends. There are certain places where magic happens in golf. Augusta, St. Andrews, Pinehurst, and the Birdie Bar. Here, every drive feels 30 yards longer, and every friend suddenly becomes a swing coach after 2 or 3 beers. Step inside for world-class golf simulators, great drinks, and the kind of atmosphere that makes even a triple bogey feel memorable. The Birdie Bar in Greenville, where the only bad lie is the one that says, you don't have time for golf.
Are you looking to purchase a new home, or are you considering refinancing your current mortgage? This is Talbot Green at Integrity Home Mortgage. We offer a wide variety of loan programs to help get you pre-approved. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service you deserve.
To get started, call me, Braxton Green, at 526-8260.
Braxton Green, NMLS 222-3878. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender, NMLS 208516.
Rusty. It's time to shack things up at Burrito Shack. Whether you're craving bold burritos, tasty tacos, or crispy nachos, they got the flavor you're looking for. Made from scratch, chef-inspired, fresh Mex cuisine, served up with a side of laid-back beach vibes. Fast, fresh, and totally delicious, Burrito Shack is where flavor meets the coast. Located in the Lowe's Food Shopping Center in Winterville. Quick, crafted, coastal. Burrito Shack.
Hey, this is John Gordon, author of The Energy Bus, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in the market for a member-focused local credit union or making a switch from your existing one? Then explore First Flight Credit Union with branches across eastern North Carolina where all residents are membership eligible. Members experience in-person service, competitive savings and loan rates, everything from auto, boat, and home loans. First Flight has you covered. Stop by one of our local branches today or visit efirstflight.com. First Flight is insured by the NCUA and an equal housing lender. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you. Pirate Radio Live. Nearly had a bicycle kick for a goal for France. It goes off the post and remains at 0-0. Watch this, John. This is some old, look at this. Yow! Just missed. And then this guy misses an open net.
That's poetry.
Poetry in motion. How old were you in 2007, Chandler?
I was 9.
Jamie asking how old was Chandler when Clip started Pirate Radio. That's when I first started doing some stuff here. Chandler, he grew up a Clip Rock fan. That's weird to say. Is that true?
It is true.
That's creepy almost.
Yeah.
I don't like saying that.
I mean,
that's weird.
That was back before we had FM stations. So like when we got into town, that was before we had FM stations, the app. So anytime YouTube, I mean, when we got into the Greenville city limits, Dad was turning it to 12:50 a.m. So, and we were listening to the Bud Light pregame tailgate. And then when we left the stadium and got back to the truck, then we turned it back to 12:50 a.m. and listened to the Fifth Quarter Collins show. And you guys can do that too coming up this fall. And the good news is that there's a bunch of platforms that you can listen to, whether it's the website, all 4 radio stations that we have, YouTube, Facebook, the app. So times have changed. But yeah, that was a long time ago. And now I'm sitting beside you.
Did Clark from Sampson County ever call in to the Fifth Quarter?
I don't think he did. Now, he might have had some of his buddies, his roommates from college. One still calls in to this day. Bobby from West Palm Beach. That is my dad's roommate in college. He still calls in at least once or twice each year. So he might have called from the Elmhurst lot back in 2007, 2008.
So you were a Clip Rock fan. The question is now, knowing what you know after being here, are you still a Clip Rock fan?
Huge Clip Rock fan.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I'm a fan of you.
And now I get to call you a friend, which is even more awesome and cool. Okay.
You're a good friend. And a salesman, as Jamie says. How would we describe Chandler? Do we still have that, Shirley? I think there was like 3 words.
Con artist, liar, salesman.
Wow.
That's Chandler Honeycutt. Great interview with Jay Sonhalter. Looking forward to talking to one of Chris Johnson's backfield mates, Brandon Simmons, on Wednesday. Also, Paul Troth, who was part of the staff when CJ was here.
Would love to have Jay Sonhalter kind of come on more regularly, especially when EC football starts. So, yeah, I enjoyed that conversation, and I hate that we're getting these guys on to talk about such a terrible situation. But it does kind of lighten the mood when we kind of can talk about the good times and the memories as well.
I mean, I'll be honest. Be honest with you.
Honest.
Monday morning meeting, Ellery was like, we need to, reach out to teammates, coaches, Chris, get them on. And I said, I don't want to do that. And he said, well, I know, but we need to. And I was like, I know, but it stinks to talk about, but we try to. I like talking about the memories and stuff, and the positive stories, but it is definitely a really tough subject.
It is, and thankfully Chris is still here with us, but it takes me back to when Jeff suddenly passed, Jeff Charles, the voice. That was definitely something we did not want to talk about, but it was something we talked about for, it seemed like a week or two. And it's life, things happen in life that you don't want to happen and you don't want to talk about. And in the business that we're in, it's unfortunate, but we do have to talk about it. And
talking about that.
But yeah, it's just, I hate that this is what's going on, especially right before July 4th. It should be a happy time. And man, it's just that I'm still processing it, man. I really am. And still, I was at the Buck last night, getting ready for sports trivia, and of course, I look up and there's ESPN and it's got Chris Johnson from the Good Morning America show. And I had to look away. I just can't stand to look at it. So, but no, it's always good to talk about the memories, and we'll talk about some more tomorrow with Brandon Simmons.
Looking forward to that. And by the way, Wednesday will be our last live show of the week. Got best ofs coming up Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. So we'll get a few days off. Mbappe to the goalie. Still no goal.
This guy's really good, huh?
Mbappe? Yeah. I love Mbappe. He is it reminds me of like Russell Westbrook, just his athletic ability on the soccer field.
He's everywhere.
He's awesome. And I'm a big fan of him. Big fan of Holland as well. And he scored the game winner today for Norway over the Ivory Coast as Norway wins and advances to the round of 16. Mexico playing later tonight, USA playing on Wednesday night.
So how close are we to this being towards the end?
This is the round of 32.
Okay.
So we still got we got weeks. It's I think it ends in like mid-July.
Okay.
So we got
and round of 32. Now I'm starting to think basketball. So Sweet 16. This
is much easier to understand than the group play. I mean, I
the
get
group play is really what I was like, what is this about?
Yeah. It can be confusing, but now we got brackets, which is the best thing in sports.
Yes.
So a lot easier to understand. Let's take another break. We'll come back. More to go. Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. We will be back with you after this timeout.
Overtime Tavern is the place to be for great food, cold drinks, and all your game day action with over 10 TVs. Swing in today and try a mouth-watering burger, glizzies, wings, or check out their daily specials featuring some of the best items on the menu. OT's has a weekly lineup of entertainment starting Tuesday with Singo, Wednesday is sports trivia with Clip Brock, and Thursday's local acoustic acts playing the tunes. OT's is located on Charles Boulevard across from the Sheets and is open daily from 11 a.m. to midnight. There's always time on the clock at Overtime Tavern.
The NU in New Blue stands for Next Up, and with their Next Up mentality, they are staying hungry to go the extra mile just for you, humbly learning through continuous training and a commitment to remain focused on working smart to deliver a new level of service excellence. Next Up means doing the small things right because your home deserves it. Whether it's plumbing, electrical, or HVAC issues, New Blue is next up and ready to help. Visit callnublue.com or call 252-228-5855. New Blue Service Group, redefining service excellence. Go Pirates!
It's Budweiser's 150th anniversary, and we're celebrating with a Heritage Can Series that honors our legacy of being made of America. Collect all 4 designs. For 150 years, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026. Anheuser-Busch. Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Carolina Eagle Distributing is celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. For 150 years, Budweiser has been the heart of America beer culture, bringing people together across generations. Cheers to 150 years. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989.
You know that feeling when the boat is docked, the sun is setting, and the only thing missing is a meal as refined as the view? Welcome to Prime Bistro and Wine Bar in Morehead City, the Crystal Coast destination for elevated dining. Our culinary team uses fresh seafood, house-made pasta, and wood-fired prime steaks. Book your reservations now at eatprimebistro.com or drop in Wednesday through Sunday for dinner service. Visit Prime Bistro and Wine Bar, 2 miles west of Big Rock Landing in Morehead City.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in ENC. Open at noon 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, every Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's live local acoustic night, along with line dancing from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a brand new lineup with Singo starting at 8, followed by karaoke with DJ Dawgs. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Finish the weekend with free games and DJ Kids Scene.
Y'all come get bugged up.
A pepperoni pizza for the table.
Thank you.
May I suggest trying it with our Pepsi Zero Sugar? It has just the right amount of sweetness to complement all that cheesy, saucy goodness, while the carbonation and notes of citrus enhance the flavor profile. Simply divine.
Pepsi Zero Sugar? You've really outdone yourself this time. Pizza deserves Pepsi.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is Miles Berry, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Your dream home starts with an unshakable foundation. At Unshakable, they don't just build houses, they build trust. From blueprint to keys, their expert team is with you every step of the way. You dream it, they'll build it. Visit unshakablebuilders.com today to start your journey home the right way. Unshakable Builders, build on a solid foundation. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
He's awesome, and it's a really fun name to say.
Mbappe!
Mbappe scores for France, as he tends to always do. And it is 1-0 France over Sweden. And we'll see how this tournament plays out. We've already seen Germany and the Netherlands get upset, which kind of, you could say clears a easier path for France, but maybe France could get upset as well. Upsets happened yesterday. Nearly had a goal there for Sweden, but we do not. And but France right now has got to be, I don't know if overwhelming is the word, but they got to be the favorite at this point. See what, I don't know. England, Argentina is up there with Messi. Who else would be? Spain. When do they play? So I guess those would be kind of your favorites.
I was listening to the show earlier, and it seems like me and Jonathan, me and Ellerby are looking pretty good
right now. You have all the teams in the round of 16. I think Jenny has France, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I'm going to have hopefully England and another team advance. But yeah, who do you have? Morocco, who are your good teams?
Paraguay. So Morocco, Paraguay, Egypt, Sweden.
You have, those are your teams?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. So they all made it to this round, but like none of them should win. But then again, Paraguay with the upset yesterday. So you never know. I'm glad the World Cup's on, because I was thinking about the alternative, and there's not much going on in sports.
And I'm sorry about your Ivory Coast boys.
Yeah.
But tough loss.
Yeah. Good effort today.
Yeah.
But lost 2-1 to Norway. Other things going on in sports. Once again, we got O's baseball coming your way tonight against the all of a sudden really good White Sox, who are 5 games over 500. That's pretty cool to see. Great outing last night for Trey Savage, Pirates in the pros. Toronto beats the Mets 2-1 that final. Braves are scuffling big time. They are now only 3.5 games up on the Phillies. They play Burley and the Cardinals coming up tonight in Atlanta. Clayton McCullough's Miami Marlins are 45-40. They are on the road at Colorado. So that's what's going on tonight in Major League Baseball. What do you think about LeBron, Chandler, telling the Lakers he's not going to play in L.A.?
First of all, I didn't realize he was there for 8 years. I can't believe
that's crazy.
That is insane that he has been there that long. I feel like it was just yesterday he was heading to the Lakers from Cleveland, but after 8 years, he tells them, "Hey, you guys move forward, and y'all shopping. It's not going to be me. I will be playing elsewhere." And the speculation is that I guess Golden State's going to try to rally LeBron James with Steph Curry, maybe get AD. That's interesting. I thought, and I truly think, he should go back to either Cleveland or Miami to finish it out. But I mean, I think you kind of taught me into it earlier. It would be interesting if he goes to Golden State,
traveling road
and it's
show.
Just a bunch of old heads just playing basketball. Like, hey, let's get together and let's play these young chumps.
And as an old man, I would probably root for them, because they're playing like the young Thunder or the young Spurs, and you got all the balding guys on the other side. Had a question for the big dog. Oh, Glenn, what do you think about what's the Lakers side of this thing? With now it's Luka's team, right? So what are the Lakers in 2026, 27 and beyond with Luka and what? Who else?
Austin Reeves.
Okay.
Is your two.
Yeah.
And then I feel like they're going to make some moves to try and get a big man, which they've been trying to do all off season. Even trying to pry like a Daniel Gafford or PJ Washington out of Dallas.
So are they what, like a 7 seed or something? 6? I mean, what?
Until they get, if they could go swing and get Evan Mobley somehow in the LeBron situation out of Cleveland, I think their ceiling goes up. But man, they don't have anybody. Think of the list of people you have to hold down in the playoffs to advance in the West. Joker, Wemby, SGA, Ant.
Oh yeah,
Rudy Gobert, and Rudy Gobert in the middle. Like he gives the Joker fits, and the Joker's the best center in the league.
Yeah,
the amount of names and the size. I feel like the West is big, and the Lakers don't have that.
Luka's still youngish, right? I mean,
yeah. The only thing about Luka,
29.
No, is he 27?
Okay.
I
just feel like, and he's got a lot more years, and
I feel like his game doesn't put a lot of wear and tear on his body. because he's kind of a pace guy. He's kind of Harden-esque.
I don't know. I'm getting a little Dan Marino-ish on him where I don't know if empty numbers is the word, but like, is he ever, I don't know.
He's where Kobe was.
Pre-Shaq, I guess.
No, I would say post-Shaq.
Gotcha.
I would say post-Shaq, pre-Gasol.
Looking for his Gasol.
Yep. I would say that's definitely where he's at.
Let's take a break. We'll come back, get ready to wrap things up on a Tuesday after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, Frank Etheridge here with First Flight Credit Union. Does this warm weather find you dreaming about weekends on the water? Make it happen with a boat loan from First Flight Credit Union. Whether you're upgrading your fishing boat, cruising with your family, or chasing sunsets, we offer competitive rates, flexible terms, and fast and local decisions, so you can spend less time waiting and more time boating. Apply today at one of our branches located in Greenville, Newbern, Havelock, Morehead City, and Cary. All local residents are membership eligible. First Flight is insured by the NCUA and an equal housing lender. Go Pirates.
Sun's out, guns out in Pirate Nation. It's Lindsay Gray with Carolina Caliber. Things are already heating up with Springfield Armory's hottest deal yet. Buy a model 2020 rifle and get a free XDM Elite 10mm pistol. Celebrate Dad with Savage Arms. Buy any Axis rifle and get $75 back. From home defense and concealed carry to shooting sports gear, plus store-wide markdowns and factory promotions, you can't beat this heat. Shop online or visit Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
Doug Henry of Greenville is looking for your trade-in and your business. Doug Henry of Greenville is right on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial, and always right on the price and looking to beat every offer out there. Just bring it in and you won't be disappointed. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily, and you can always check them out online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Doug Henry, right on the corner and right on the price.
Whether you're joining us for lunch or dinner, Basil's is the place to be this summer. Stop by and explore Basil's new summer specialty menu featuring fresh, bold flavors in every bite. Enjoy favorites like our fried green tomatoes, the ahi tuna salad, a delicious tuna sandwich, the crowd favorite seafood sensation, and more. Then cool off at the bar with an ice-cold beer, a glass of wine, or one of Basil's handcrafted specialty cocktails. And don't worry, your Basil's favorites and our full regular menu are available every day. Basil's, pirates supporting pirates.
Hey, pirate friends, it's Rhonda from Russell's, and we're back open with a whole new look. We have a ton of surprises for you to see, including our Johnny O Shop and Shop. Our racks and shelves are fully stocked with all new spring and summer merchandise for both men and women. Make it a point to come by Russell's in downtown Washington to check out the new look, experience the same great customer service you've come to know, and see all the new quality clothing that you love. We can't wait to see our pirate friends and customers back at Russell's in downtown Washington.
This July 4th, celebrate America's 250th in the original Washington, where history comes to life. Festivities begin Friday, July 3rd at 4:30 p.m. with the grand opening of the city's brand new History Museum. On Saturday, kick off the day with the Founding Fathers 5K at 8 a.m., explore history exhibits, and enjoy free trolley rides from 10 to 2, and live music from 7 to 9 p.m. Then look to the skies for a spectacular fireworks show at 9:15 p.m. Come walk through 250 years of history, celebration, and community, right here in the original Washington. Learn more at visitwashingtonnc.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, Bryce Williams here, former ECU tight end and proud customer of Stroud's Marine. Boating season is finally here, and there's no better place to get your boat ready for the water. From tune-ups to parts and accessories, the team at Stroud's Marine has you covered with expert service and hometown friendly care. So whether you're casting a line or cruising the coast, stop by Stroud's Marine today and let's get you boating right. Follow Stroud's Marine on Facebook and Instagram, or visit stroudsmarine.com to learn more. See you on the water. Go Pirates!
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's Hot Dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for $7.50 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers, or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
This is Ryan McChrystal, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Oh, welcome back. It was a good day for the stock market. The Dow was up 136 points and finished at 52,319. The S&P was up 58 at 7,499, and the NASDAQ was up 393 points and finished out the day at 26,213. That is your Wells Fargo Advisors Stock Market Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right. Thank you, Shirley, for the normal job and extra work you did today. Big Dog, appreciate you coming in, helping us out as we shorthanded with interns and J-Bone. And Shan Man, thank you for sitting in with me today and riding out the program.
Yeah, this was fun. This was just like the good old days. The OGs are back today. And I plan on...
We are the Warriors.
Warriors.
We're the Unks and Auntie. Auntie Shirley and the Unks.
Yeah, but as the summer winds down and we get closer to ECU football, sales should start to wind down a little bit too. And I hope to get back on the show and start talking about ECU football.
Man, excited about that show. We will talk more Pirate football coming up tomorrow. Brandon Simmons will join us, running mate with Chris Johnson in the backfield in the mid-2000s. And also Paul Troth, former Pirate quarterback who was on the staff when CJ was here, will join us on the show along with Donnell Coley, Ken Watlington, and looking to add a couple more guests as well. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. For Shirley Rhodes, the Big Dog, and the Chan Man, I am Clip Rock. We'll see you Wednesday, 3 o'clock, all new edition of Pirate Radio Live. Jeff Charles, take us home.